Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Kickoff with Unbiased Opinion. I am your host, Tony, aka Low Tone Tony. Poppin' Carolina has two decisions to make before Friday: how much work Bryce Young and the starters need, and how quickly Darren Waller can become useful in this offense. So here's the biggest confirmed fact heading into Jacksonville. Dave Canales has not committed to how much Bryce Young and the starters will play Friday. Carolina has Wednesday's joint practice with Jacksonville, and Canales is still weighing whether and how much the starters need live game work after that. That decision matters because the Buffalo game raised real questions about offensive rhythm, pressure communication, and finishing drives. Now add Darren Waller. He is officially a Panther, and he says he feels as good as he has in years. He believes his offseason work restored the explosive movement people remember from his best football. But feeling good is not the same thing as knowing Carolina's protections, route adjustments, and timing with Bryce Young. That is today's main debate. Should Carolina give its starters meaningful Friday snaps to clean up the details while Waller begins his ramp? Or should Wednesday's joint practice carry most of the competitive workload? So stay with me because we are separating what Carolina knows from what it still has to prove. All right. So the facts first. Canales has not announced a final Friday workload for Bryce Young or the starters. Wednesday's Jacksonville joint practice will help inform that decision. Darren Waller, as we just mentioned, is officially on Carolina's active roster. He said he feels as good as he had in years and credited his offseason work for his explosiveness and movement. Waller caught 24 passes for 283 yards and 6 touchdowns in 9 games last season. Canales sees him as a pass threat with the versatility to function as a tight end or receiver. So Wednesday can test Carolina's communication, urgency, and competitive response. Friday can test game operation, the substitutions, the situational calls, tackling, pressure recognition, and whether the offense answers adversity when the result counts. Waller does not need every responsibility before he can add value, but Carolina cannot build an early package that exposes him in protection or tells defense exactly when he is the target. So, Poppin,
Yes,
what's
sir.
going on, my guy?
Man,
Hey, what's going on?
good morning, Panther Nation. Good morning, America. What's up? What's
Yes,
happening? What's going
sir.
on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? I hope y'all having a great morning or evening or wherever you at in this beautiful world.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, the first debate question goes to you, my friend. Should Carolina use Friday for starter corrections or let Jacksonville joint practice handle it? What say you?
Uh, hmm. I think you got to have a little bit of both. I mean, you can't deny what was where it's transpired already.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able to do both. Um, and they can do that because we already know that the tiers are separated. You got your first tier, second, third, fourth tier. They're separated on different sides of the field. Um, and you can get those one on ones or group settings and have those talks, which they should have been already did it yesterday. I know yesterday they did some 11 on 11s and then they did some walkthroughs. But that's probably should have been the first day of introducing whatever they seen on tape that wasn't right and get that corrected
Mm-hmm.
and just bring that right into this week versus Jacksonville. Whatever they have talked about should have been something that they should have started yesterday in my mind. So yeah,
So,
and then you got to go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. You finish. I thought you was done. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You good, you good.
No, I was just gonna say. So you don't think at no point yesterday that they talked about what transpired Saturday
Absolutely,
against Buffalo?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what
Okay.
I was saying. Like it should have started yesterday because they practiced
Right.
yesterday, right? and then that
Right.
just flows right into this coming week with Jacksonville. So whatever the conversation was, I'm pretty sure in Jacksonville they're going to be saying, "Hey, did we hit? Did we cover what we covered? Whatever we covered? Okay, now are you putting it into action in Jacksonville? Because we practice against each other, which I'm pretty sure they're tired of practicing against each other. Now that we've done that,
Right.
you're going against a pretty good team. Uh, now let's see what you're gonna do when we get to this practice in Jacksonville. So yeah,
Yeah. I believe they talked about it, and I believe they probably I'm not properly. I believe they worked on some things, addressed some things that they needed correction in that happened in Buffalo. So I believe there were some things we may not have been able to recognize what was going on, exactly what was going on yesterday, but I'm pretty sure there were some things that transpired in Buffalo that they talked about before practice, got on the practice field, and they worked through those things. Now, if I don't believe that they're gonna spend or that they should have spent the whole day. And I know that's not what you're saying, but I don't believe they should spend the whole day working on the problems that transpired Saturday. I know that Damian Lewis and Robert Hunt was dressed yesterday, and they was working with the first team offense yesterday. So hopefully that's good news going to Wednesday's joint practice, and definitely hope it's good news going forward. Period, because Chandler Zavala and Brady Christensen definitely wasn't it. You know, I'll be more than happy to see both of those guys on the bench holding water for somebody. Yeah. And I hope it stays like that. But that brings me to another question, Poppin. What do you think Carolina should do about the depth behind the starters? Because now you can honestly say that both of them are injury prone now. So what should Carolina do about the backup guard position? Dave Canales mentioned Brady Christensen yesterday, and he, for whatever reason, seems he's content with having Brady Christensen backing up both guard positions or even the tackle positions, which I don't agree with that. I think we need to upgrade. I think Brady Christensen is okay, but like I've always said in the past about him, he don't weigh enough and he's not aggressive enough to be in the interior. What you think?
yeah, I agree with you. Um, I think analysis gets sometimes caught up on familiarity. I know I messed that word up, but y'all know what I'm saying. Because
Hmm.
in his presser, he said, "Well, these are the guys we know," and sometimes you can
Yeah,
get
he did
stuck.
say that.
He did, and sometimes you can get stuck for what you're used to. You don't got comfortable, and
Hmm.
you got to switch it up sometimes. Um, we want the best of whoever we got available to play or back up. That's just the bottom line. It don't matter how long this person's been around. There ain't no excuses for Zavala. Brady, in a sense, I give him that because he's been injured. So I'm pretty sure he hasn't been able to be as connected to what's going on, even though he's been around here the longest. Um,
Hmm.
Sad to say that he's had to play everywhere across the line, not to really master one set role, but that's part of the game. Um, if there's other guys like we always talk, me and you talking about Curham, I prefer him. That's who I prefer.
Me
Um,
too.
you know, get him out there.
Jake
I'm
the
pretty sure.
Snake.
I'm sure he's been out there, but I remember watching him last year, and he did some really good things.
Yes, he
And
did.
I don't care about this is who we know. I care about who's gonna go out there and perform. Curham is solid. He's big, pause. He has the physical attributes that you want, and
Yeah.
I think there's more of a battle than they're letting be known, or they're having selective bias because of oh, we know this guy. Well, get to know somebody else then.
Exactly. I agree 100%. I think they really left himself open when he made that comment yesterday. Because when I heard, I was like, "Well, why did he say that?" He sound like you're picking favorites, you're choosing friends over production. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't cool. That is not cool. Not when you're trying to establish yourself as an offense, not when you know the interior part of your offensive line is the most important because of who you have behind center. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
don't hang him out to dry like that and then expect him to work some type of miracle or do things out of the ordinary that's outside of his skill set. That like don't do that. Don't set him up like that. You need to your backup should be just as good as your starters, in my opinion.
Right. You shouldn't see a major drop off. Like I said,
Right.
I can only give Brady Christensen a little bit of a pass just because I know he's been injured. Zavala's been injured
Right.
too, but he played more last year than Brady Christensen. Brady Christensen didn't play last year like that. So
No, I
he
think he
didn't
only
play at
played like
all. I
two
think
two or three
maybe 2 games.
games. No,
Yeah.
I think he played like 2 3 games.
And Zavala's been around, been available, and sorry, Zavala, you just trash, bro. I'm sorry. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no way around
Yeah.
it. I don't think that maybe you be a hell of a chef like your father or something, but I don't think this is the game for you. I don't think you
Listen,
got it. I don't think you can cut it. You've been here long enough. Um, yeah, I'm putting him on my cut list when I do my predetermined 53 cut. Yeah, you're
yeah.
on the cut list. I can find somebody in free agency somewhere or wherever better than you.
I I put Chandler Zavala, and I hate to say this, but it's true. This is how I honestly feel. I'm putting Chandler Zavala in the same bucket that I put in Thomas. I have to put him in that same bucket, guy. I have to put him
Yeah,
in that same bucket. Like I don't understand why we are keeping him around as long as we have, and your production doesn't look like it has improved at all. You look just as lost and confused, just like you did your rookie year. I see no growth and development than what you have displayed with the opportunities that you have been given when it's time to step on the field. I just don't trust it. Like somebody posted a one play where he blocked real good. I think it was an Arizona game or something like that. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's real cute. But show me the whole game. Show me every play that he was in, and let's evaluate his play. Um, that way. It's easy. You can find one clip. Is he consistently good or is he consistently bad? I'm gonna ask you that, Poppy. For me, I think he's consistently bad. What do you think?
he consistently bad. I mean, I just call him Big Fluffy. He's just a whole bunch of fluff. Big for nothing. You ever
Yeah.
heard anybody say, "Man, you big for nothing"? Some of y'all
Mm-hmm.
been called big for nothing too. You ain't got to admit it. We know. Just big for nothing. Just I can't stand that.
Mm-hmm.
You got all the opportunities and can't take advantage of it, but you got people that bust their ass and don't never get recognized. I can't stand stuff like that. I mean, I know that's how life works, but it just sucks.
So Eternal says your backups are supposed to be just as good as your starters. That's very interesting. Well, share with the class, Eternal. Why is that very interesting? Why are you surprised? It seems like that I made that comment because this ain't my first time ever saying that about the depth on the team. So tell me why you surprised, my friend. Right. So,
Yeah,
Papa, let
you
me
open
ask
up
you
a
the first
lane for
question.
eternal for that one.
Yeah, I want him to. I want him to, because yeah, I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say, but yeah, I want him to share his thoughts. Yeah. So, first question to you, Poppin. What do you feel the offense must correct from the Buffalo game?
There's not nothing that they shouldn't correct. Everything needs correction. Uh,
Okay, give me your top three things.
um, well, I guess we could start with player assignments. Uh, do people know where they supposed to be at, what they're supposed to be doing, how they're supposed to execute? So that's a very broad statement, but that touches everybody. Period. Offensively and defensively. Um, urgency. There
Hmm.
is there are some people who are born with a high motor. Let's get it going. Let's go. You have to have, what I'm saying, that spark plug. Who is going to be the spark plug? I ain't seeing it. Now I don't get to see. I seen spark plugs with Jalen Phillips and Princely this past week. They were turning up, but that's on the
Right.
defense. Who's the spark plug on offense? Who is that? Who's getting that? Who's giving that kick? Um, leadership. Who is being the leader? Who are you seeing out there that's saying, "Okay, come on, guys, let's go"? I'm not talking about that pep talk type of shit. That shit is all sweet and sounds all nice. No, I'm talking about being stern, authoritative, no bullshitting, getting everybody together. Uh, uh, and now that they're carrying their own weight. Even if it fails, they at least say, okay, he's putting in the effort, the time, and trying to execute and bring us along. You don't have to be the best player at doing this. You don't have to be the best player to show effort. You just don't. But you'll be recognized. Even us staring from a view, we could see it. We could see it. And I'm not seeing
Hmm.
that. So yeah, those would be my key factors of things that I think that needs to be transpired. What you say, Tony?
Um, Definitely, the effort. I think that was piss poor effort that they gave. I'm talking about the first team offense. That was piss poor effort that they gave Saturday against Buffalo. Um, what else? What else can I say? Um, the play calling definitely needs um a little bit of life to it. You know, I'm not. I don't expect for them, or I don't expect for Brad Isaac to open up the playbook and like just go ham with it. But you already gave us a little taste of what the play calling could possibly look like in the Hall of Fame game. What happened to that script? Why can't we stick with that script? Why do it look like we regressed from what we showed in the Hall of Fame game? So yeah, the play calling definitely needs to be consistent. I'll say that. It needs to be consistent. Um Effort, the play calling, um yeah, those would be my top two. Those would be my top two. The effort and the play calling, because irregardless of what play is called, you have to show better effort than what they showed, and that goes from everybody, from Bryce to the wide receivers. Um, I think Jonathan Brooks showed the best effort of any offensive person on the field. You know, because I think he had or he felt like he may have had a point to prove, especially coming back from almost a 2 year layoff, and this was his first meaningful snaps, or just say first snaps, in a long time. So yeah, I definitely believe that he played with a little sense of urgency, um Saturday. But yeah, the overall play calling, the overall effort, those would be the two things I would have to say uh definitely need to be corrected for Buffalo and the offensive line, which we know why it looked the way it looked. We didn't have all our potential or day one projected starters in the lineup. Hopefully that changes Friday. Like I said, Dave Canada said the starters will play Friday, but he didn't say how much they will play. Well, I believe they need to play until they show that they're able to do what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Without being specific, but I do believe they need to play Friday and show better than what they showed Saturday.
I predict they probably the same amount of snaps. I think Rasheed Walker showed the most effort uh, from the offensive uh, side of the ball. He was
Hmm.
slinging people. You know what I'm saying?
Well he had that one play. You know, look, I know a lot of people say they're like he threw somebody out the club. I ain't I didn't look at it like that, but okay, that's
He
cool.
definitely ain't
But
get back in the club.
well, that may be true. But hey, I seen him dog walk back to Bryce Young too. Like the edge had him on a leash. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't all guns and roses for Mr. Walker. So he was getting some pushback off the line of scrimmage, just like Monroe Freeland was as well. I think Monroe gave good effort for his first
Yeah,
game. I know one time he was beat on the inside move. He recovered and was able to push the defensive end past Bryce to keep him from being sacked. So he showed some good recovery. Some a good recovery technique. But other than that, I think he held up pretty good. I
yeah.
think he
You
held
know
up
what?
pretty good.
If nobody's talking about you, to me that means you did your job.
Hmm.
And a lot of people not talking
Exactly.
about Monroe
Especially
Freeland.
exactly.
What year is he
Exactly.
in
If you
again?
if this is his first year, you know. Yes, he is a rookie playing right tackle that he ain't played in 2 years.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. Not year 4, right? Okay. All right. Rookie.
Yeah, Mike, I heard that same thing too. Michael Dickerson said, I heard a Panthers content creator saying they wish Bryce would have thrown that pass up to and given him an opportunity. That's hard when players aren't on the same page and see things differently. Yeah,
Mm,
well, hey
mm.
Mike, that is true. And for some fans or content creators, whoever, they seem like they don't understand that. You have to be on one page, one accord, in rhythm, and trust plays a factor in a situation like that. If I don't trust you, then 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna throw the ball up and hope for a 50-50 that you come down with it.
In
If I
preseason.
don't have trust, yeah, if I don't have trust in you to do that, why would I throw it to you? For my kid, but I'm gonna leave you to babysit overnight. That don't make no sense.
Yeah, I kind of got to push back. It's preseason, baby. Like, what do you got to
No, no,
lose? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, but yeah, but no, but before you sit here saying it's just preseason, what do you have to lose? You
no,
have
I'm
to
not saying
understand
it's
there's
just
more.
preseason. I'm saying it's preseason. Like, this
What
is
I'm
this
saying is
is
just
you know.
preseason or just preseason. It's the same thing. All I'm saying is that there is steps to this. There's things that they're trying to get accomplished. Just saying, oh hell, it's the preseason. Let me just throw it up there and see what you can do. That's not how they do things. That's not how it's done, Poppin. No matter how much you might want to see it, or no matter how much you think they should do it, that's not what they do. They just not out there playing backyard football because it's the preseason.
Obviously, we ain't doing a lot of anything.
I mean,
Do
I hear
something.
you. I mean,
Cause the way you're doing it, it don't look good.
well,
So I would rather see effort. Hey, I tried
that's what you're describing. That's not effort,
it.
and you know it. That
Uh,
ain't no effort.
okay. How about this?
That is not effort. Go
Attempted.
ahead.
At least I attempted because it's not going
Okay.
on. It's not going on my scorecard. Nobody gonna look back and say, "Oh man, that's a strike." Ain't
Okay.
nobody.
So
Ain't nobody gonna say that.
let me ask you this. So if
Hmm.
you get a play call in,
Hmm.
right, and the play call calls for a 5 yard out, or a
Yeah.
drag route,
Yeah.
are you supposed to just say, you know what, I'm gonna ignore it and I'm gonna throw it to the receiver that's on the go route that's trying to clear out for that drag route. I'm just gonna throw it up there because it's the preseason. That's what you want
Well,
them to. That's what
no,
you want them to do.
it's all in context. You know what I'm saying? If things are getting muddy and
Hmm.
this is you in a high intense situation, and maybe that drag route is covered, but because you got a one on one. You supposed to. You
Hmm.
got a one on one with uh the out route with the receiver. Throw it up there. Why not? I don't see the harm in it
But
because this is the time where you can try those how I want to say you can try those high risk situations or execution then because hey, then you got something on tape that says, you know what, that ain't that's not gonna work. Or you know what, I see what you try to do there. Let's see what we can do because sometimes you do have to play backyard football. They've even preached that. Hey, when things break down, this is when you have to go into the second part of the play. Somebody find a way to get to the ball. Somebody pop open. Bryce is great at scrambling. Blase, blase, blase. Right? Okay. Well, this is the time to do it. Because it's a high risk,
so,
high reward, low. I mean, it's high risk, low reward type of play.
but
You
then
can't do it all the
that.
time. That's what I'm saying. You can't do it all.
Well, okay, but even in the preseason, that you don't want to take high risk, low reward. You don't even want to practice that. You know what I'm saying? And again, for me, it comes down the play calling. Did the play call lead to you taking a risk like that? Because believe it or not, every quarterback ain't just going out there and designing plays up in their head and just saying, forget the offensive coordinator, we just gonna throw it up there and we just gonna play, do it how we want to do it in the preseason. So that's why I always go back to the play calling. Like if the play calling is it being called to lead you to do something like that, then you're not in a position that as the quarterback to do it. No matter what crazy excuses people come up with, and people that talk about they have played the game and they know the game. Well, if you play the game and you know the game, then you know that they just not out here disregarding what the offensive coordinator is calling and just doing their own thing just because it makes the fans happy. That
I
that
get I
that
get
that
what you're
that's the
saying, but
part that kills.
that's not what
That's
I'm
the part
saying.
that kills me. But
Yeah,
that's
I
that's
get I get what you're saying because
what are you saying? What are
I'm
you
saying
saying there,
I'm
Papa? Because
saying
that's what it
okay.
sounds like you said.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. That's just how you translated it, Tony. What I'm saying, if
Okay,
the
all
if the
right.
the play call got called right, but it got muddy. You got pressure on you, so you're gonna have to now. Uh, you're gonna have to scramble. You're gonna have to come up with another way to try to make a positive play because the play that was called has now been disrupted. Are you going to give, and all the receivers are going to give your quarterback a chance to get you the ball, and are you going to take the shot to throw the ball? Even though, like I said, it's high risk, low reward. But if you're successful, it's still
Hmm.
is great. But if you attempt it, it's also great too because those are scenarios that's definitely probably going to come up again later on in the season. That's all I'm saying. And it's preseason, it don't hurt you. I'm not saying go out there and willy nilly and say disregard the fucking play. You can't do that. No, you got to run the
Mm-hmm.
play. But if things break down, where it's like, okay, all right, it's third and seven. Let's see what we can do here. Cause now the play is not the play is not the problem. Is what's coming towards me. The pressure that's coming is broken down now. Let's see if we can. If I can do something to try to get this first down. That's all I'm saying. Now you have to do something, or are you just going to take the sack, or are you just not going to attempt? All those things you got to take in consideration. Is what I'm saying.
So that sounds like something that you would want to do during practice than what you would rather do in a preseason or regular season game. That the practice is where you want to take chances like that. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Practice is where you want to just throw it up there. If you know you got one on the outside, and you want to say, let me see if this guy really got it. Let me see if he can beat this corner 1-on-1,
Okay.
and you air it out. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like that practice is the time to try things like that. Not in a game like situation.
I
That's just
I
that's just my opinion. Now I'm
I
not saying
I
that's either right nor wrong, but that's just my opinion.
I'm not saying you wrong, and I'm not saying that I think you're looking at it more structured, and I'm looking at when the chaos happens. I believe you should do it in
Hmm.
both because you can't tell Josh Allen when the play don't break down that he don't still try to attempt and throws it in when he's scrambling and he's still trying to get a touchdown. And he throws it to that trash ass wide receiver that got uh, I forgot his name, but everybody wanted him.
Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman. You can't tell me that they didn't try that in practice, but then when it comes to preseason where it doesn't count, you still don't try to attempt it. I mean, did anybody get mad at Josh Allen for attempting it? No, it's what I'm trying to say. You have to try.
So
If you don't
so
try, you're
what?
failing.
So here's the part I want you to understand about what you just said. You be talking about Josh Allen, and like you said, Josh Allen has probably made that throw hundreds, maybe 1,000 times in practice, preseason, and regular season. We know Josh Allen can make those kind of throws when scrambling. We know that. We've seen it. You know what I'm saying? Now let's just be real and just be honest. That ain't in Bryce's game. Bryce ain't got Josh Allen type arm. We know that. We know Bryce ain't got no strong arm to zip to rip the ball cross his body while he's running and get it through a tight window. We know that. We ain't gonna try to fool nobody to even think that we got a quarterback like Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure Bryce don't even try those type of throws in practice. Now Patrick Mahomes, the
You said it,
same
I
no
didn't.
look passes. Yeah, I ain't afraid to say it. It is what it is. I don't know. That's why I don't understand. I don't understand why people trip when they hear somebody say it. I don't have no problem saying it. I never had no problem saying it. I, I listen. I can't talk for nobody else. I'm talking for me. I can't expect my quarterback to go out there and do something in the game that he has not done in practice or not having proven that it works in practice. I can't expect that just because I seen Josh Allen or Brett Favre or Patrick Mahomes, somebody like that do it. That's unfair expectations. If you really know your quarterback has limitations, then why would you expect for him to go out there and do something that you know he can't do? Now let's just keep it real.
Some would argue with you. No, no, no. He has done it,
Okay.
but
Well, I mean,
uh,
so has Bryce thrown the pass on the run? Yes, he has. That's not what I'm talking about. We was talking about with the same velocity the same power as Josh Allen. That's what we were talking about. So if we talking about that on the same level as a Josh Allen, then I will argue with anybody and their mama that no, Bryce is not throwing the ball like that. I ain't say he couldn't throw on the run. I say he can't throw it like Josh Allen throws it. And that's not hyperbole. That's just a fact. He don't have an arm strong like Bryce. It is what it is. Shout out to Tip Drill Will for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that, my guy. He said Josh Allen gets the benefit of the doubt. Panther fans will have a stroke if Bryce throw that and he doesn't make it. BY9 isn't a cannon arm gunslinger. That's facts, Will. Appreciate that $10 super chat, my guy. What you think? What you think about what Will said, Poppin'?
I'm not disagreeing. I never said that Bryce got to throw like Josh Allen. I would use Josh Allen because when the play breaks down, he still attempts. I wasn't comparing his arm, velocity, or none of that. All I was saying is the attempt. When things break down, we want to see the attempt to still give the wide receiver a chance, and it gives yourself a chance and an opportunity to see if you can make the play.
Well,
Whether
when
he
you
has to,
said,
Mhm.
say it like that, then yeah, I will have to disagree because Bryce has given wide receivers a chance when the play breaks down. We see that week in and week out when Bryce breaks, breaks the pocket and scramble and throws on the run. If the wide receiver looks like he's open, we've seen him throw it in tight windows. I mean, yeah, we've seen him complete passes on the run. I'm just saying at the level and at the with the same velocity like a Bryce,
Yeah, I'm not
like a
comparing that.
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That yeah, okay, well, cool.
I'm
Okay,
just,
cool.
I'm just saying if the play break down, just that another, even if it's preseason, because I think what we got maybe mixed up in translation is you should try that in practice. And I'm like, well, you're in a real game setting in preseason where it's not going to be a strike against you because you're doing it in preseason as well. It don't have to look like Josh Allen,
Mhm.
but if you don't take the attempt, then I think people criticize you more than they will like, well, at least you know what I'm saying? At least you gave it out from the fan perspective, at least you attempted it. Nobody's gonna have a heart attack for Bryce attempting to have the play go even further. I mean, you might have some, but
Okay,
anybody
thank you.
who's
I'm
listening,
glad you being honest because we will have something.
you will have
We know
some,
it.
and especially if it turns back. Today, I'm not gonna be hard on like, hey, at least he attempted it. Now, whether it's successful, that's one thing. But it's preseason. I think these are the times where you should take those risks because it don't put a scratch on you. If you don't do it, that's what I'm looking at you crazy. So whatever.
Okay. I guess I will, I guess that's up for anybody's interpretation when they feel like he should or shouldn't, or whether he's being aggressive or not. I mean, that's a broader open type of conversation that can be had, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Cuz for me, um, you know, I know for Bryce, he doesn't have the velocity like a Josh Allen or a Brett Favre just to whipping in there. For Bryce, I think he wants to see a little bit more that the receiver is in a position and I can give him a chance to catch the ball. He's not going to take as many chances as like a Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or Brett Favre or somebody like that. But Michael uh Michael Dickerson just said, he takes his shots at certain times. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a little bit more calculated when it comes to taking his shots, especially when he's scrambling. You know what I mean? So yeah. I mean, it's how you interpret it, how you look at it. Everybody gonna have their opinion about it. But when it comes to the preseason, like I said, what we saw Saturday was definitely disappointing. from the play calling to the execution to the effort. That's all I can really say about Saturday, and I just hope that what we see going forward, starting this week, is different. You got anything else before we go to the next question?
No, sir.
Okay. Um, can a joint practice replace live snaps? That's for you,
They
Pop.
they say it can. I don't believe so. I don't think that it has the same amount of credibility or pressure or meaningful um, time or chances. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? In real game situation. In a real game situation, it means something. Uh, yeah, I don't think so. We could try.
Yeah, I agree with you because I know with joint practice that it's like controlled chaos. You know what I'm saying? It's a controlled scrimmage, pretty much. You're gonna have your number one offense and your number one defense going against their number one offense and number one defense. It's gonna be happening on two separate fields. You know what I mean? And they're gonna get in about 50 to 60 snaps. So they look at that as quote unquote good work. Now, I didn't think that they would play Carolina would play their starters um Friday after they just have after they have joint practice with the Jacksonville come Friday. So I was kind of surprised to hear Dave said that they will play. No, not even though he didn't give exactly what the snap count will be, but he did say they will play Friday. So I was kind of surprised to hear that. Do you think that they may dial it back, as far as the number of plays Wednesday, so they can still go out there and execute Friday? So say like if they was going to give the starters say 60 snaps in joint practice, do you think they probably just give them maybe 35 or 40 in joint practice and give them the other 15 or 20 in the game on Friday?
Um, yeah, I could see that. I think yeah, I can see that. But let me ask you this on that. So
Mm-hmm.
so do you think that the ones who show a good outing during practice are the ones that's going to be on the field, or the ones that need to be critiqued more and they need
Say
to.
say it again.
So with that being said, do you think the ones who have a better practice should be the ones that be out there during the preseason game, or the ones that still need to be analyzed a little bit more should be out there first?
During the joint practice?
No, 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 during the preseason. So for instance, in joint practice, right?
Yeah.
If the ones who had a good practice, should they be on the field first with the as a starter, or the ones who had a bad practice as a starter, should they be in the preseason first?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Um, I guess you could base that off the position need. Like for me, I believe that the first team offense they need to play together because they haven't played together. That whole first team offensive front, they're new left tackle, new right tackle, new center. It looks like Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis may play Friday, even though it hasn't been confirmed. But they were at practice yesterday, so I'm going to assume, as as long as everything goes well, that they will play Friday as well. But they need to build that continuity. That's very important for your offensive line to have that continuity going into week one. So I think they need to play together. Whether I don't care who dominates or who plays the best, they need to play together. when it comes to that situation. Guys that you know that have locked in their position, like T Mac or Jalen Coker, I wouldn't say that they would need to play because they are already proven. Say they didn't say they go Wednesday and don't have a good joint practice. Well, I don't think you need to throw them out there, those two out there Wednesday, just because they didn't have a good joint practice time. They don't need to go out there Friday just because they didn't have a good joint practice Wednesday. The preseason is, and I know some people don't like to hear it, but majority of the preseason games are for guys that are trying to make the team. They are for your second, third, and fourth stringers. Guys possibly that's going to be on the practice squads. Guys that you need to evaluate whether you need to waive them and pick somebody else up or whatever the case may be. Those starters, whether it be because of their contract or they have really earned the right, to be a starter, those guys aren't as much needed in the preseason than the ones that's trying to make the team. Now, I'm not saying sit them the whole preseason. I'm not saying that because I do definitely believe they need that work, just like I just said about the offensive line. But I don't think it's um as paramount as it is that you're trying to evaluate 90 guys right now in training camp right now to see who can possibly be on your 53-man roster. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, that did.
Okay. All right. So we talked about Bryce. How much does Bryce need to play Friday? We know he's going to practice Wednesday. That's a given. How much do he need to play Friday? And should he only be out there with his first team offensive line?
After the showing of what we did at Buffalo, I think he should play until he gets down to where we can put points on the board. But that's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, whether it's a field goal, whether it's a touchdown, whatever, you got to be able to get points. Then I think he should be able to come out. Yes, I do believe he should be out there with the first string because that's who we primarily counting on until something else comes up.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see a mixture of wide receivers. Like you said, I agree. I don't think T Mac, Coker,
Right.
XL need to necessarily be out there. XL probably should get more of the reps just so they can keep building on what they've been trying to build on.
Notice you said XL. I didn't.
No, that's great. I know I support XL. I know you don't. But you gotta let me know. I'm trying to get Tony to do it. He agreed to it, but he gotta tell me his terms. I might have to switch up something with the bet. But we'll talk about that whenever he's ready to give me his turn. If I lose,
hold up. You breaking up. Now what you say now? Say it again.
Mic check. Let's see if I'm good.
Yeah, we hear you. I can hear you now. Yeah, what'd you say?
But what part did you hear?
I heard you say something about a bet or convince me or change my mind about something.
No, I might have to change tweak a little something about the bet. Not as far as the numbers. The numbers is fine. But we'll talk about that whenever you come up with your terms or what I would have to do. If I lose. So whenever you're ready for that conversation, we'll have it. But yeah,
Okay.
I think XL would I would put him out there a little bit more. Just like I said, they built more continuity with whatever him and Bryce are already working on. Mix in some Mechie, some Jimmy Horn, some Jaycee Reed. Put them out there with the starting offensive line. Let's just see because next man, one of those guys might step in. This give him more opportunity and put him in a situation. Hey, we might need you this game. David Moore, we haven't seen much of David Moore. I know a lot of David Moore supporters out there. see what he can do. So that's what I would do. I would mix them up in a little bit early with the ones. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I would do.
Okay. All right. Um, what about Darren Waller? Should Waller get a limited package Friday?
Nope. I don't need to see Darren Waller until season game one.
Wow.
Darren Waller has nothing to prove.
Okay.
He's
What
tight end
what
one.
what what a what
He has nothing
what
to prove.
about the timing, like I have here on the screen, number 4, his ramp up time, limited role of patience, learning the terminology, getting his timing down with the quarterback, building that trust. You think he can do all that? All that can be done in practice? You don't
Yep.
think they need no type of game action?
I would.
Um,
We have 2 more preseason games. We have, uh, I believe, 2 more team practice. That's when he'll begin his reps. Right now, he just needs to
mhm.
get himself acclimated with the terminology, the playbook, and things of that nature. Outside of that, I don't need to see him until week 1. He
Okay.
outclasses
All right.
everybody in that tight end.
Hey, I can't argue that point. I do believe he's tight end one. I do believe he's tight end one, but I do believe he need to get some snaps with the first team
Yeah.
offense in the preseason.
Oh, no.
Um, Yeah, I because not reason why I say this week because next week when they play the Texans, I believe that they're not going to play in the preseason finale. Now I said that about them this week, and Dave said they're going to play. But typically, the last preseason game of the year, the starters do not play at all. You know what I'm saying? That's where the evaluation ramps up even more for everyone that's trying to make the team, not the guys that you already have penciled in as starters and you already know, who what backups will make the team. But for guys that's struggling to make the team, practice squad or whatever, those are the guys that you're going to see in that final preseason game against the Texans. So I think, like you said, he's in shape. He's been working out every day since the Super Bowl. Um, if you want to see him week 1, I think they need to start building that chemistry now. And I think this week will be a good time. Joint practice and however many reps they get in uh in the game Friday. I think he should have some type of package and get him out there and build some of that timing and trust with the offense and with Bryce. You don't think that's a good idea?
I'm not saying it's a bad something against it, but I mean, I just wouldn't. I think if the coaching staff value team practice more than they do preseason, then who am I to go against them? So if that's how they're looking at it, well then hey, he has all these practices, these team practices that he can build up continuity
Mm-hmm.
and all that with Bryce. Uh, all the time I will put him in the preseason is only with the starters and only in the red zone. That'll be the only time I'm putting him in there.
Okay.
So until we
All
get to the
right.
red zone, I'm gonna put him in there.
So that's the only value you think he has
No, sir.
is being
That's
in
not what I
in the
said.
red
No,
zone?
no, no, no.
No.
That,
I well
I know
just
what you're
just
trying to do.
base just no, I'm not trying to do anything. I base my question off the answer that you just gave. You said you only want to see him in the red zone. So I'm asking you, do you believe that's his only value
No,
in the red zone?
no. Like, his value's everywhere. You can use him anywhere. Wide receiver, tight end. I mean, we don't have too many people that can do what he do on the field. Period. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and if he has worked on blocking and is a well blocker, he's a triple threat. But just to keep the the wear and tear on him a little lower of chances of him getting hurt. I don't really need to see him
Right.
until, unless they put him in the red zone. Outside of that, everything else can be evaluated uh, to the coach's standards and team practice.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Well, I think he should get snaps with the first team, whether they're in the red zone or not. That's just my opinion when it comes to that. All right. So my last question um on this topic is what would make Friday a successful test in your mind?
Um, a successful test. We don't have to
Yeah.
win. So that's not something that I'm coming in the door thinking about. Or
Okay.
so a successful test is just uh, um like I said, losing track of my words, showing intensity, showing urgency, uh, moving down the field, uh, and defensive wise, of course, applying pressure. We still evaluating that second string linebacker room that has to figure out. I, I
Right.
I think Wheatley is making a very strong push on Nick Scott's black ass. Uh,
Yes. Yes, he is.
we need to see the offensive line do a better job. A success also means nobody comes out hurt. Uh,
Right.
but
Exactly.
but the leaders, the starters, have to show better effort. Have to They have to do that. That to me that is a success. Uh,
100% agreed.
it doesn't have to be perfect, and it's okay. I know Tony likes to stay within the rules, but it's okay to get a little risque sometimes. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Try it. Because this is the time you're gonna get a chance to try it. And, it's all right.
All right. All
This is the
right.
time you want to try your flea flicker? Go ahead. Why not? What we gotta lose? This is the time you want to try a 65 field goal? Try it. Why not?
I hear you. I
But
hear
if
you.
you want to go plain Jane, ooh, you're gonna have a lot of people putting their eyes on you week one. So, to each his own.
To each his own. To each his own. So, chat, let me ask you guys a question. And y'all can respond yes or no. Would you play Bryce in the starters Friday? Yes or no. So type yes in the chat or no in the chat. Would you play Bryce in the starters Friday? And let me know what must improve. Let me know what must improve um in Friday's game against Jacksonville. And would you play Bryce in the starters Friday? Okay. Big Tight said no. Native Kalu said yes. Robert Foxworth, he says yes. Tebow says yes. Man of Arms 3224 said yes. Gerald Stick Jones says no. Okay. Right now, like the yes have it. 42 so far.
I'm
So yeah, y'all
surprised
let me
Stick
know.
said no. That's wild.
Gerald Sticks. Okay. Sticks, why you say no, Sticks? Let me know in the chat. Papa say he's surprised. Let's see. Jeff R6599 said both remaining preseason games they should play starters. We look bad. We got to fix that crap. Okay. See, Michael Dickinson said hell yes, and the O line must look better. All right, Mike. Robert Foxworth said offensive line protection, Bryce awareness on the field. Okay, that's what they must prove. I agree. I agree. Howard, of course, says hell yeah. Tebow said pass blocking and run blocking assignments. That's a big fact, Tebow. That's a big fact. They look lost and confused Saturday against the Bills. The 2 years Dave Canales have been here, he acts like he don't care about preseason, and we started trash, and he needs to get our ones going. I can agree with that. I don't know if you don't care about the preseason. I just one thing I learned about Dave Canales, I think Dave Canales is just a conservative play caller. He's just a conservative play caller. He's not like a Sean McVay or Kyle Shanahan, Mike LaFleur, you know, you're born in New Orleans, used to be with the Cowboys. Um can't his name will come to me in a minute. But yeah, David is very conservative when it comes to play calling. Cyburn 21 says yes. Uh Big Tight said I say no because they're doing joint practice. Okay. King James 864 say yeah. Candy Girl said if you're just coming in, make sure to hit that like button. Yes, make sure you hit that like button. And I see some of you that are probably watching through Carolina Armchair GM CJ channel. That's great. I appreciate it. But if you would open up another browser, go to youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk and subscribe to my channel. And if you see my avatar in the chat, because I posted a link to the chat for anyone that want to join the panel, you click the avatar beside my name, that would take you directly to the channel, and you can subscribe at that point. All right. Gerald Stick Jones said the joint practices should be high intensity. If they get good reps and avoid injuries, Friday should be more about depth evaluations, preparing to cut this roster down to 53. I agree with you. Reality B say yes, duh. Everything must improve or fire someone. All right. So let me bring up Uncle Gates real quick, and I'll continue reading through these chats. All right. Marquis says they come out and get embarrassed week 1. Don't say nothing. Well, I'm going to say something. Win or lose, I'm going to say something, Marquis. Cyburn 21 said interior O line play has to improve. That does so much for the offense by itself. That's a fact. Oh yeah, Kellen Moore. That's what I was trying to think of. Appreciate that, Michael Dickinson. Yeah, Kellen Moore. And Candy Girl said, welcome to UO Sports Talk. That's right. Welcome everybody. If this is your first time here, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you don't know, I will post it right here on the screen, youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk. We've been here over an hour now. Show love to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. QR codes at the top right. You can scan that QR code, show support to the show. There's also a pinned comment in the YouTube chat at the top. So I don't know if you can see it on CJ's channel, but if you're on Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk watching through YouTube, it's definitely there. And I will post the link in the chat. If anyone needs it, let me know. And if you do if you do donate to the channel, let me know in the chat so I can properly shout you out as well. Okay. And yeah, Broski Brer said Ben Johnson. Yes, absolutely. Ben Johnson is another one. So Uncle Gates, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Tony? What's going on, panel? How y'all feeling this morning?
Hey,
What's
I'm
up with you,
good,
Gates?
man. I'm about as good as it gets right now. How you
And that's
feeling,
what's up.
dog?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling all right, man. Just wanted to hop in real quick. You know, I'm at the job, but they ain't called a brother yet, so I figure I'll
Yeah.
chime in just to see what y'all talking about, just to give my opinion on a few things. What you got going this morning?
Yeah, right now we're talking about a little bit about um Friday's preseason game, the practice with Jacksonville. You
Yeah.
know, basically we're just talking about The first question was, what must the offense correct from Buffalo? And then I asked Poppin, can a joint practice replace live snaps?
Um,
So first question to you, what must the offense correct from Buffalo?
um, I mean, in all honesty, the
Okay,
coach,
Marquise.
the coaching and the play calling for one. Um,
Yeah.
my whole thing is with and the mentality of it just being preseason, and I believe, and that's why I say the coaching as well, because in the interviews you keep hearing it's just preseason, and that's even coming from the players, and I believe that creates a mentality of not going as hard as they should. You know what I mean? Like, so
Mm-hmm.
I believe the intensity needs to increase. I mean, it is preseason, but here's my deal. I don't know if y'all remember in driver's ed, like when the instructor probably told y'all. I know I remember when they were saying when you drive, at least drive the speed limit, because sometimes driving slow can be more detrimental than speeding. You understand what I'm saying? So
Right.
they're out there with the vanilla shit. I'm not feeling it, because if I'm gonna have my ones out there, I'm not gonna be driving like Granny and Grandpa, because I could probably risk my guys getting hurt. And who wants to get hurt on some vanilla plays? Like, nobody wants to be out there if you're not gonna be at least be taking it seriously and not have the mentality of being past it, or this is just preseason. Like, this is the time to not say open up the playbook, but show these mofos like what we kind of working with, not just we trying this and we trying that. Like, that's not what I want to see. I mean, I would say the percentage needs to be less of reps if you're going to go out there with intensity. You see what I'm saying? Like, giving
Right.
them
Right.
giving them multiple drives of vanilla. I mean, we already got the vanilla extract, man. It's time to add the sweet potatoes, the butter, and the sugar. Like, what we doing, dog? Like, we got enough vanilla on the field. Like, that, it's enough of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to bake this pie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's bake this pie. You know, we just got vanilla extract on the counter, and I mean, what else
Right.
we adding to it? So that's my
Just sitting there
thing.
looking at it.
Yeah, we just sitting there looking at it, like the oven on, got the potatoes over there, got
Right.
the butter getting room temperature. You got your
Just
sugar
burning
weights measured
gas.
out. You just got the oven
Yeah.
on for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and and, and I'm sorry, Tony. I'm an analogy guy. I like to paint pictures. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Nah, I
so
like it. I like it.
yeah, that's where I'm at with it. So I just think it needs to be more serious, because another point to that is we've been having closed practices. Like, the fans hadn't been able to see anything for the past 2 years. Like, what are y'all actually trying to hide? Like, I mean, no one's really getting to see anything. Like, even if they feel like it's too much being shown, they clip it. Like, oh, okay, we done showed too much, the 1v1s, and like, that's enough for everybody to see. It's like, guys, what are we actually working on? And with Buffalo, right? First,
Yeah.
their new field, their new stadium, you know, and I'm not saying they went out there with their meat and potatoes, right? But I'm saying, when you looked at them, they ran some of their plays they're gonna run this year. Like, they did. That's why we looked
Oh
simple.
yeah.
We look minute, you know what I'm saying? And they're looking obtuse, because we're out there like, oh yeah, it's just preseason. I don't think they had that mentality. I think that was our mentality, and it showed, especially with the ones versus the ones. Like, and that's my whole point. I think the coaching, the mentality needs to change, and we need to push lower the percentage of the reps and the plays that you want the ones to have. Just go out there with be intentional about it. Don't just be out there, because that's how they're gonna play like
Right.
it's preseason. So that's my deal.
Okay. Hey, if you are joining us, this is not about avoiding preseason football. It is about deciding where Carolina gets the most value correction when it comes to working this week. And if you want Panthers football discussed with facts first, in real football context. Hit the subscribe button and stay with Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. I would greatly appreciate it. 5 days a week, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. All right. So, hey, Gates, since you're here, let me ask you two more questions.
All right.
One is, how much do you believe Bryce need to play Friday? Because Dave Canales said the starters will play, but he hasn't said exactly how much time that they, how many plays that they will play. But how much do you think Bryce need to play?
I believe that he needs to play as much as to where his coach will say he earned to come out. You know what I mean? That could be one drive. But it's based off of what Isaac is calling. It's based off of the command. I don't want to put a percentage or a number on it. This is the second time I've heard Canella say they didn't earn it, right? That was this year,
Right.
and he also said it last year. So
Right.
I believe that enough to where his coach can look at him and say, yeah, you earned that. Like if it's just one drive, but it has, again, it's about their mentality and what they're calling and the intentionality of it. Like, what are y'all? Because if it's just going to be vanilla again, then he gonna need more than 1, 2, 3 series. Because you know what I mean? Like because they're not going in their bag. They're just out there seeing like they did with Savala. Like, well, let's see what Savala does in this situation and this protection. Man, get him out of there. PFF got him as a 0. He don't need to be out
Right.
there. We don't. And my thing is, That's what practice is for. Savala ain't worth a damn. Why is he even out there? Like, he ain't doing good in practice. He can't be if he got a 0 score on PFF. He can't be doing good in practice.
Right.
So the truth is the truth. So to answer your question, as much as it takes, Tony, like, and I'm not wanting to risk my starters getting hurt. That's why I would, bang the drum on, let's come on guys, let's be intentional about everything that we do. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you guys out there getting hurt. So, you know, I would tell them like, hey, if you go out there and give me a good series, I mean, I'm pulling you guys, and I would let Isaac know, like, hey, no one's seen our plays for real. Like, call it, like, let's go. Let's move the ball. It's ones versus ones. Let's go. It won't be a
Yeah.
problem with the league seeing a little bit of what we got in the bag. This is not our whole playbook. So let's go out and be intentional. And that could be 1 to 2 series, in my opinion.
Okay. Poppin, what you think about what Uncle Gates just said?
I agree with all of it. I mean, I'll be fun. I know Zavala, but you know what? I'm putting that same old line out there again. I sure am. I sure
What's
will.
that?
I'm putting the same starting offensive line we had last week in the game this week.
What? Are you serious?
I would get it off the turf,
Why?
earn it,
Why?
earn it, because
Well, hold on.
I think some guys are just practice warriors. I do. And so you cannot sit here and deny when the whole world is seeing you whether you earned it or you didn't. We and the sad thing about it, like I remember when I said earlier that Canales has a problem to me falling in love with people because they just been around.
Mm.
And there might be times where you might have to depend on Zavala. Zavala played last year, whether we like it or not. That's a fact. I don't think Zavala going anywhere. Now, do I like him? No. But you know what? Zavala big fluffy ass will be right out there again, earning them reps because you 9 times out of 10 you're gonna have to depend on them sometime during the year. So get your big butt out
So
there and do it.
so I and I'm like I'm not. So Michael
Look,
Dickinson was like, "Damn, you must want somebody to get hurt." I'm not saying
no,
you want somebody to get hurt, but what I will say is, if Damian Lewis and Robert Hunt is available, then they ass need to be out there. Damn Chandler Zavala, damn
I
Brady
agree.
Christensen, or whoever the backups are.
I
So
agree.
now I don't care about them needing to earn something, prove something. No, that does nothing for the continuity that the first team offense need. and that does nothing for the offense as a whole. Whether it comes for protecting Bryce in the pass on passing downs or opening running lanes for Chuba Hubbard and Jonathan Brooks. No, we don't. We don't need that popping.
at all,
Absolutely not
at
at
Well,
all.
all.
I didn't say Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis shouldn't get any reps either. But I would start off with Zabala and Brady
No,
Christian
well,
again.
that's what I'm saying, and that's why I said
Ah,
what you said sounds so damn delusional and crazy. Like that, maybe it may be all fun and games. That's what you
but no,
may
no,
intended
Can,
it's
to
not
can I
sound
that.
can I
like,
But
give
but
can I
it's
that's
give
not.
an example? Can I give
It's
an
not that.
example?
hold on, Gates, hold on. Go ahead, Papa.
See, this is where it gets conflicting, right? Because one minute we're saying, well, the team practice is more important than the preseason game, right? Which one is it? You know, so if D. Lou and Robert Hunt is getting majority of the first team snaps or getting all of them, and the backups are getting the scraps because that's what they're going to get. Well, then,
Mhm.
hey, isn't preseason where you evaluate the second, third strings, right? We said that. Then I need to see Brady Christian
Not
and
with the first
Zabala.
tick popping. Come on, dog. Nah,
I'm
nah.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
can't even let you
It's
ride with
already
that. Cause
vanilla. It's already vanilla.
that
We got
makes
vanilla Bryce,
that
baby.
makes no sense. Go ahead, Uncle Gates.
Okay, I wanted to add this. I hear you popping, but I want to just say this, right? Okay, first and foremost, everyone is saying that the coaches are putting more emphasis on the joint practice, like they're taking that more serious. I understand that, right? But me as a fan, uh, I'm not excuse me, in practice. You see what Christensen and Savala are bringing to the table. You've been seeing it all summer long. You've been seeing it, and you have a year or two with Savala. You already know what they bring to the table. That's not even a question. All right. When it comes to the preseason game, I'm not putting my starting quarterback behind a guard they got a PFF, a zero PFF grade. I'm not doing that, okay? And also,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm not going to do is put a running back who's coming off of IR, second ACL tear. I'm not putting him behind a guy who I seen just let defensive linemen run past him like he didn't know who to touch. I'm not allowing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just not allowing that. Do I hear what you're saying? But that's not time to be vanilla. That's your investment on the field, man. You can't you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because in hindsight, we already know what they're bringing to the table. I like Christensen. You know what I'm saying? He's decent. He's a more you can put him anywhere on the offensive line. Hell, I believe he had some center snaps one time. I believe when we got in the crunch time. I believe. I'm not sure, but I think. But I'm just not doing that because that's Bryce Young. That's your QB. That's your investment. You put time and effort and money into the rehab of your number two running back. I'm not putting him behind that. You know what I'm saying? So no way, bro. Like I'm sorry. And
Yeah.
uh I need to see what Big 50, Big Robert Hunt lazy ass got in the tank. Cause he been lunching all damn summer. So get your big ass out there, Hunt. Like and I respect D. Lou, and I don't think D. Lou get enough praise. I think he kind of falls in the shadows, but he's a dog. And that's who I want out there in the preseason game. Nah, man. I'm not putting those guys back out there. Not in the game. They can get all the work that they want in the practice in the joint practice. That's cool. But yeah, I need to see my starting lineup. And I heard you, Tony. This is another. It's kind of off subject, but not really. But I would even throw Waller out there on certain packages just to just to
Right.
see what it looks like in spreading the defense. Like, oh, Drew, we got Waller out
Right.
here. It may even go 13, 12, 13 personnel with them. Like, well, let's just see what
Exactly.
these plays can do, what I'm saying, to kind of slow up them linebackers. And that will help with the the offensive protections too when you got those guys out there. So yeah, man, I'm throwing some heat out there, man. I'm sorry, like I ain't gonna show you everything, but I'm throwing some heat out there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I agree with you. I agree with you when it comes to that because I definitely believe he is the X factor that this offense needs because we haven't had a tight end that can go down, stretch the middle of the field, attack the seams. Um, Definitely
Absolutely.
not a red zone threat like Greg Olsen once was. So to have a tight end of that caliber, someone that has proven what they're capable of doing when he is put in that situation, I want to see how it I want to see how it unlocks the offense further. I want to see how more creative the offense can be now that you have that dominant tight end that we've been missing for so long, whether it be just for 1 year or whatever the case may be. The fact is he's here now, and so we got to utilize him to his fullest potential. And I think his fullest potential could possibly unlock some things in this offense that we really haven't had the opportunity to take advantage of because we haven't had a tight end like him, like I said, since Greg Olsen. So, I can't wait to see it. That 12 and 13 personnel is really dominating the NFL nowadays. Sometimes, occasionally, I don't know what the exact percentage is, but sometimes you'll see teams lined up in a 21 personnel with two running backs and one tight end. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many things that can be done when you have a tight end of his caliber that can stretch the middle of the field for you and create mismatches in 12 and 13 personnel. So that's what I'm really excited to see going forward.
And you
All
know what
right.
else, Tony? And you know what else, real quick? You
Yeah.
know what else? It puts the NFL on notice. Why? Because the tight end room has been lacking for years with Carolina. That also lets them know, whoa, we got a game plan a little bit different for these guys because we know Coach Canales, he's a receiver guy. He loves to throw the ball. They haven't really had a secure tight end in that room yet. They have one now. We have to take a look. We
Right.
have to take a second look at these guys. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 I'll agree on that. All right. So Carolina's offensive corrections will face a Jacksonville front that created pressure last week. That makes the Jaguars the right halftime spotlight. All right. So let me just switch this over here real quick. And can Jacksonville pressure reveal real Panthers progress? So the facts first. Jacksonville beat New Orleans 24-20 in its preseason opener and recorded 4 sacks. Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen said starters may play Friday, though their final workload has not been announced. Jacksonville's pressure came from multiple defenders, not one isolated matchup. All right, so the context is Carolina cannot judge protection only by its sack total. It must handle interior movement, preserve tackle leverage, identify added rushers, and give Bryce Young dependable answers when the pocket changes. If Jacksonville starters play, Carolina gets a sharper preseason test. If they do not, the fundamentals still matter, but the result requires more context. So, Gates, I'm gonna go to you first on this one. If Carolina protects Bryce Young cleanly against Jacksonville, will that prove the Buffalo corrections work?
Say that. Say it again. I'm sorry.
If Carolina protects Bryce Young cleanly against Jacksonville, will that prove the Buffalo corrections work?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, yeah. I mean, simply put,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
sorry. I don't even
Pop
want
it.
to get too detailed about it, but yes, I do. I believe that.
No, that's good. No, they cool. You good.
Can you ask the
Poppin,
question
what you
again?
think? if Carolina
I gotta
protects
jump out,
Bryce,
Cody. I appreciate you, man. I gotta jump out, man. I got some calls. I got to go ahead and run, man. But I appreciate you. I appreciate being on your
all
show,
right,
man. And I love listening,
no
man. Y'all
problem,
keep at
man.
it.
All right, appreciate the
All right.
love, dog.
Yeah.
All right. The question was, if Carolina protects Bryce Young cleanly against Jacksonville, will that prove the Buffalo corrections work?
And we won't know because it won't be the same lineup. Now,
Okay.
unless you throw
I
out
see what
the
you're saying.
yeah. Now that's what I said. Now because they will be getting all the first team reps, in practice. When it's game time situations, you're gonna see if and he said he's gonna put the starters out there. You know, if they're going out there with Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis, I'm not worried about them not protecting Bryce. What I am worried about is the backup, the number two, the number three. If and one of those guys, I mean, let's not act like we haven't lost neither one of these guys. But I mean, yeah, it'll be
Right.
satisfactory to us to see. But I don't think they're going to see a lot of Zavala and Brady Christensen against the ones in Jacksonville team practice. I don't see that because Damian Lillard and Robert Hunt needs the progression because they've been out. So they're going to get
Right.
majority to both, 90, 95%. When one of them need to get some water or need to take a piss, then you might see Zavala. Outside of that, hey, man, get your ass inside. So in preseason, I don't really need to see Robert Hunt or Damian Lillard. I know what they're going to do. What I don't know what's going to happen, and if one of them goes down, not wishing that they do, I really need them to stay healthy because I don't need no more excuses. Hint, hint.
so they can I'm not saying that they don't need the work or they can't get to work, but they don't need to work with the ones. Work with the twos. That's why they are backups. That's
But
why
when
they are with
somebody
the
go down,
twos.
won't they be in the game with the ones?
It's oh
See what I'm saying?
yes, okay, cool. Well, okay, with that same line of thinking popping, what if they go down and then you have Jake Curhan, who's currently a 3? You think he should get run with the ones as well? I mean, like
You didn't want to ask me
there's
that
level
question because
to it.
I like
I mean, well,
Curran. I know you're a
the
Zavala
point
fan,
is,
Tony. Just say it.
say what?
I know you're a Zavala fan. Just say it. Come on out.
Yeah, I'm not even going to warrant that with a response. Anyway, if you're you're a 2 for a reason. So when the ones are out there, they are trying to build continuity and timing with the ones. The ones on offensive line, the running backs, the tight ends, the receivers, the quarterback, all the ones need to get runs with the ones. All the twos, you can get all the runs that you need with the twos and maybe even possibly the threes. Who knows? That's how you build up your momentum and get your reps in to stay ready. So just in case if you are called up, you will have those reps in. You know what I'm saying? You will have that repetition in as a valuable backup, and hopefully you can perform like a one when you get in there. But just because somebody is a injury prone or may not make it through the season, that doesn't automatically mean that you just need to step in to get more reps with the ones just in case. Nah, it don't work like that. If that one, if you are one and you are available to practice, then your ass need to be out there practicing, getting ready to play with the ones. That's just how it is.
Okay. Well, hopefully they get a lot of mental reps.
Well, they can get that too.
Oh.
They can get that too. So my first question to you after that debate question, do you think Carolina will be able to stop the interior pressure? Do you think they'll be able to show some improvement with that?
Depends on who's out there. Depends on who's out there. Yeah.
Meaning,
Just from the start. You it just depends. I would hope they will be able to. I mean, they've been nurturing Damon Lewis and Robert Hunt as they should, because I mean that's a lot sitting there. So I'm hoping these guys are ready to go. They better get ready. But yeah, I think they'll to be determined. But I assume they will be able to.
Yeah. Well, Eternal again. You know what? I ain't got time to even read that comment. Yeah. What about holding the inside leverage? You think the tackles can do a good job of holding inside leverage? Have you
I,
paid attention that much
yeah,
attention to what the tackles look like Saturday?
I thought the tackles did a decent job. They still need more reps for sure. Like they definitely need more reps. Um, yeah, they definitely need more time. But I think they'll be pretty solid. I don't think a sack was even that didn't come from either side of the tackles. So
Hmm.
I think they'll be solid.
Okay. Native Kalu said, Tony, do fans in Jacksonville get to watch the joint practices you know of?
Yep.
No. Oh, they do? They
Well,
do?
when they
I
I
don't
see
know.
ours. Ours is
I don't know native. I don't know if the
construction.
practices are open. I don't know if the practice is open to the public or not in Jacksonville. I don't know. So yeah, that's the best way I can answer that. What you saying, Papa?
Yeah, I know. Let me not assume. I was thinking you probably would be able to see it, but let me not assume.
I didn't. You were cut in and out. I didn't hear what you said just now.
I said, let me not assume that they would be able to. I was thinking that they probably would be able to, but let me
Hmm.
not assume that. I don't see why they
Yeah.
would. Without assume.
Yeah, man. If their practice open to the public, native. Yeah, I don't see no reason why they wouldn't be able to see it. Let's see. Eternal said we ain't gonna never win shit if they thought like fans. Okay. Well, whatever that means.
Well, that's a lot. That's a lot to get compared.
People say I believe practice is open. Eric D is supposed to be at practice. That's right. I think I did see a video where Dunk said he's down there this week for the joint practice. And he said he will be at the joint practice Wednesday. So yeah, Native Kalu, I think it is open to the public down there. Yeah. And I don't know if Dunk is getting in because, his connection with Joe Person and Sheena Quick. So he may be getting in on the reporter pass or something like that. But I do know he's already down there. And he said he will be there Wednesday. So hopefully we'll get some good information from practice tomorrow. So that's what I'm hoping to see. Uh Gerald said Jacksonville is going through a different camp since they are having the stadium renovated and have relocated to Orlando. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's good. Thank you for that bit of information. And Brass, I bet you differ. I've seen it one season. We didn't play in preseason and good. We went 2-15 that year. Preseason is dress rehearsal for the regular season. All right. Then Kalu said that's good, so we can get some clips. All right. Yeah. Hopefully, like I said, we'll get some good information, some good clips, and things like that coming out of camp. I mean, coming out of the joint practice on Wednesday. So that's what I hope to see as well. All right. Um. So the top 5 things that I have on the screen. Let me remove this widget right here. So the top 5 things that I have on the screen: the Jacksonville pressure test. 1, the interior stability. When it comes to pocket control, talking about your guard, center communication, and pocket depth. Um, is that something that you hope to see improve? Popping this week.
Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can say that. I mean, I don't have any doubt in Robert Hunt or D. Lou. Only doubt that I
Hmm.
have is I'm hoping that they're in football shape. So if we see some weakness appearing on screen, it's probably because they just been out of it, uh,
Right.
and they got to hurry up and get back to where they're playing at their best. So I don't expect them to be perfect or anything like that. And not only that,
Right.
I don't know how healthy Jacksonville is, but they're probably not 100%. But as far as us, we really don't know. We don't know what percentage of how good are they to go, and we have to really just watch and see. Um, I don't like that they've been sitting out this long. I'll be honest with you, but they are veterans, and a lot of times guys don't really want to participate in all this extra stuff, even though they get paid millions of dollars to do so. Uh,
Hmm.
and the good thing is these guys have played with each other, so they got continuity. They know the playbook. So I'm not too worried. I just need them to get in the football shape. They get healthy.
I agree. I agree because Robert Hunt had that long layoff from his injury. I think was a tricep, was his tricep or pectoral muscle. I think it was a pectoral muscle. Um, he hasn't really participated in training camp. I think he pretty much didn't really participate that much during the OTAs, off season work. In training camp. I think yesterday was probably his first day in pass, even though they didn't have no real contact. Because I think I seen a lot of them out there without their helmets on, so it's probably more like a glorified walkthrough with shoulder pads on yesterday. So I know he had some back tightness, back soreness going on that has hampered him the first week and a half of training camp or 2 weeks of training camp. So hopefully, he definitely going to need some work when it comes to that. Um, Damian Lewis coming back from the calf injury, so he's definitely going to need some work. They are good. Don't get me wrong, they are good when they are in the game, but let's not act like they don't need the work to get back into football shape. You know, 1 or 2 weeks off would definitely throw you off a little bit when it comes to game shape. So they need those reps just as much as anybody else needs those reps right now at this point in time, just to get back in game shape and to build that continuity with the center and both tackles. Because when they both of them play in the guard position, they got somebody new that's on the left and the right of them. You know what I'm saying? So we've seen it throughout the league, especially in Carolina. When there's no continuity with the offensive line, it affects you when week one comes around. So the quicker they can build that continuity together, the better off we will be going forward. All right. Um, number two is edge leverage. The tackle sets in hands. Keep the edge clean, avoid oversets. So, for me, offensive line, that's my wheelhouse. That's where I'm comfortable analyzing and scouting when it comes to that. So I know how important it is to avoid the oversetting, making sure that your hands are right, making sure that you keeping the edge clean, good leverage, making sure you know how to drop anchor, making sure you're not leaning forward too much, getting your chest over your knees, getting the proper bend, getting that balance, center, not too far to the left or to the right, but just center. So all that is important. Um, Number three is the pressure ID, Bryce pre-snap answers. Definitely identifying the mic, making sure you have hots set up when you determine or you recognize a blitz is coming from somewhere. So the best thing to do is you replace the blitz with a hot. You want to go where the blitz is coming from, right? Because that space is voided. If somebody is not automatically picking up the spot where the blitz is coming from, then that's where your hot need to be, right? Protection checks, that goes back to identifying the mic, um, making sure that you have the proper alignments. The center is mostly responsible for that, but the center and the quarterback communicates that, especially when you're talking about dealing with the front seven. Okay, so Poppin, how important do you how important do you feel that is when it comes to pre-snap answers? Because I talked about yesterday that communication between Brad Isaac and Bryce, and then when Bryce gets up to the line of scrimmage, he has to be able to command the offensive line pre-snap, making sure that the protection checks are right, the hots is right, that the mic linebacker has been identified properly. How do you feel about that going into this week joint practice in the game Friday?
Well, I mean, the good thing is that, like I said, these Robert Hunt and Damian Lou, they have been with each other. So that's just, that's two more eyes, two more ears, two more mouths, two more brains that can communicate with Bryce and verbalize whatever needs to be talked about within each other, within the group, between quarterback and offensive line. And of course, Brad is again, Bryce needs to make sure that they're on the same page as well. So it's not all like, oh, nobody knows anything. This is the same offense, uh, just new play calling. So I'm not too worried about it, but it's definitely important to be able to have everybody on the same page to get the job done.
Hmm.
But Tony, I'm almost in places where I'm probably going to start breaking up.
Okay. All right.
So
And I just dropped the link in the chat, Poppin. I appreciate you being on with me, my guy.
no, you
Especially
know it.
appreciate you spending most of the morning with me. I greatly appreciate that. But yeah, I dropped the link in the chat for anybody want to hit the link and come up and talk about today's topic. You're more than welcome. I greatly appreciate it. Zip, I see you in there. Say good morning, y'all. Good morning, Zip. Hit the link. Come holler at your boy, Zip. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So moving on to number four, the help plan, win the chip. So again, I stated how both our tackles are new. Our left tackle Rasheed Walker, even though he has NFL experience, he is new playing with this offensive line and with this team. Right tackle Monroe Freeling is a rookie this year, so he's playing out of position, something that he hasn't played in almost 2 years. So this is basically new for him as well. Coming in thinking that he may be in competition for the left tackle spot, and then be thrown over to the right side because of what happened to Taylor Moton, and we don't know exactly how long he will be out. So giving them help, when to chip, whether it's the tight end, the running back, making the route count. All right. So all that helps in um helping these tackles um giving a little bit more protection when it comes to Bryce. Giving those guys a little bit more help because we don't know exactly, especially with Monroe Freeling, we don't know how much he can handle by himself. Now, for my standard, I think he looks solid against Buffalo. Are there some things that he can work on? Absolutely. There's absolutely some things he can work on, but he didn't go out there and shit the bed. You know what I mean, if you will. So there was one time where he did get beat pretty good on the inside move. He recovered, pushed the defensive end away from Bryce, so he avoided a sack. That way. But other than that, I thought he looked pretty solid. He got pushed back a little bit. That's going to happen. But he did keep his body in between the quarterback and the edge rusher. So I thought that was a good thing. So now he knows what real game a game like experience feels like playing on the road, playing against another team's top defensive edge rushers. So he got a feeling what a true bull rush feels like, with a power move, speed rush feels like, all that. I seen one guy hit him with a long arm, but he held up in that situation. So I saw some good things to say that he played solid, and definitely hope that he builds on that going forward. That's why these reps mean so much for him and his development, and the team is going to benefit that going forward, especially starting week 1. So you throw him out there, you see what he can do, see what he can handle, make the corrections in practice that needs to be corrected, study film, watch film, learn how to um study these guys' tendencies, what they like to do, what they don't like to do, what stops them in their tracks, things of that nature. Because just as offensive linemen got tails that they give away, edge rushers, defensive tackles, everybody else have tails that they give away as well. So it ain't just about what the defense can learn from the offense. The offense can learn from the defense just as well. So we'll see. We'll see. But I think, like I said, I think Monroe Freeling had a solid outing against the Buffalo Bills. And I'm hoping that he has even a better outing this week against the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right. King Damo said, I'm finna hop up, Tony. Give me about 5 minutes. All right, Damo. I appreciate it. Kevin Falker, what's going on? He said, good morning, friends. Good morning, Kevin. Appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. I know you probably watching through CJ's channel. If you would, open up a browser, go to youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk. That is my channel, Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. Subscribe to that one as well, Kevin. I know a lot of y'all probably don't remember when me and CJ first started out, and we had 2 fans in the stands. The 23 training camp, Kevin Falker was the first person that we interviewed live from training camp right after practice one day. So Kevin has been with us, man, since day one, since we first started doing his YouTube thing. So shout out to Kevin Falkery. Appreciate the love that he has shown CJ and I, man, over these last 3 years. Appreciate you for being here, man. But yeah, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And that's for anybody that's currently watching right now. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, Cool Kev, I see you with all them eyeballs, but you are not watching through my channel. So I'm going to ignore you for right now, because I have said this time and time again, and I know you have heard me, Cool Kev. If I said something about Bryce, you respond. But do me a favor, man. Subscribe to the channel. It is not that hard. Y'all need to subscribe to the channel, man. There it is right there on the screen. YouTube.com/@UO Sports Talk. That's all you have to do. Turn the post notification bell, select all. I'm here every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. All right? 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I know you are, Zip. I know you are. But this dude right here, Cool Cal, yeah. Yeah. Let me leave Kev alone. But I'm serious when I say I need you just to subscribe. Because I know you ain't subscribed, Cool Kev. Yeah. But Zip, hit the link. QJ Smith said, Tony, no, I was the biggest BY9 hater, and no, I'm one of his biggest supporters. Hey, listen, you ain't the only one, QJ. You ain't by yourself. There's quite a few of them out there that once hated on Bryce, and now they fans of Bryce, love Bryce, or wherever the case may be. I'm always gonna stay right there in the middle. I'm always gonna stay neutral on them. That's why it allows me to talk about them the way that I do, whether they do bad or whether they do good. I talk about it all. So yeah. Appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and y'all subscribe. There it is. YouTube.com/@UO Sports Talk. I'm gonna post a link to the panel one more time in the chat. When you see the UO Sports Talk avatar, you can click that link and it will take you directly to my page. Click that link and it would click the avatar and it would take you directly to my page and you can subscribe there as well. Okay. Let's see who I got here. Zip, what's going on, Zip?
What's going on, Tony? How you doing, man?
Man, I can't call it. 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Guess I call it even, dog.
Gotta call it even,
All I
dog.
can do.
Hey,
All I can do.
Quick question. I'm gonna say, what
Yes,
time
sir.
is it for you over there?
It is 5 minutes to 5 right now.
5 p.m.
Yeah, 5 p.m.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah. Okay, so it's afternoon. Okay.
Yep.
What's going on, man?
That's what. You breaking up. I ain't hear. You breaking up real bad.
Hold on. I know what I got to do. I got to disconnect from this radio. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Antonio McClanahan said, good morning, Tony. CJ panel and chat. What's going on, Antonio McClanahan? Antonio has been following us as well since day one. I appreciate the love, dog. Kevin said, could you show that link again? Hey, Kevin, right. 2 comments up. I don't know if you can see the UO Sports Talk where I just dropped the link for the chat. If you click my avatar, it would take you directly to my channel, but I will put the link up again. Here it is right there. All right.
I'm gonna say I sound better.
Yeah. You sound better right there. Let me also put the link in the chat as well, Kevin. Hold on. Give me a second. And I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. All right. There's a link in the chat. So if you're watching on CJ channel or my channel, there's a link right there. And I just put it in StreamYard. That would take you directly to my channel. And DCAS said the Falcons signing Zadarius Smith to a 1-year deal. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that at DCAS. He worked out with somebody. the other day. Yeah, I
That
forgot
ain't good.
who it was, but he signed. Yeah. Well, Darius Smith, he kind of. I mean, he can still be effective, but he up there. He getting up there. So yeah, ain't no biggie, no biggie. But what's up, Zip? What's on your mind, dog? Holla at me.
Well, what's what's the deal with Darren Waller? Why they? My thing is, I saw him play last year, but I know last
Mm-hmm.
year with Miami, he they had him on a snap count. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't 100%.
Right.
So what's the deal with him right now? Like I saw yesterday, he was out there. I know he passed his physical, but yesterday he was out there running around. You know what I'm saying? Doing conditioning and whatnot.
Well, I guess they were testing him. From my understanding, they were testing him out to see where
Mm-hmm.
his conditioning level was at. I don't think they were just going to just throw him out there the first day and with pads, and they hadn't seen him or haven't known for him. He hasn't really been on a football field all the training camp and OTAs and things like that. So I think they just wanted to get a good idea of where he's at from a condition standpoint. I think they're going to. I hope that they ramp his. They speed up the process this week.
Mm-hmm.
Get him out there with joint practice.
Mm-hmm.
And come Friday, hopefully have a limited package for him. So yeah, that's what I hope he does. I hope that's what they do for him this week. Hold on one
Okay.
second. Hey,
Okay.
Kevin Farkery 43 became a YouTube member. Okay, Kevin, you did that. I think you did that on CJ's channel, Kevin, because I can't have members on my channel just yet. So that's on CJ's Carolina Armchair GM CJ's channel. But I know he appreciate the love though. I know he appreciate the love. Yeah. Go ahead, Zip. What you gonna say?
Yeah. No. I was just saying that. Well, that's good. I hope they ramp him up too, man, because I want to see him get out there with the ones as soon as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because that on-field chemistry, it's better to get it rolling early if you can.
Okay. D Cash says at Tony, that man came out of retirement to play with them. I definitely don't expect him to do much. Well, he didn't retire at the end of the season last season. I know he came out of retirement to play with the Dolphins last year.
Yeah.
He only played 9 games. I think, for I don't know what the exact injury was or anything like that. But yeah, I think he was pretty much a free agent after last season. So for whatever reason, he does have an injury history, not being able to stay healthy or whatnot. He does have other issues that he has, gone through, overcome from my experience, from my knowledge. So yeah, for whatever reason they did what they did yesterday. Listen, as long as he's able to be ready by week 1 and ready to contribute, I'll be more than happy for that to happen. Kevin
Yeah.
said, "Man, that's where I'll put up your account." Okay, yeah. Well, let me see something.
Yeah. As
Okay,
long as
yeah. I see my subscriber count has went up a little bit, but I can't have members on my page. It's not even set up on my page yet, Kevin. I know it's on CJ's, but it's not on mine. It's not on mine. So hold on, Red Swan said, quick question, Tony. Do you feel that Darren Waller is a big deal signing for you guys? I think it's a big deal for the fact that I've been saying, I know quite a few people have felt like we need to upgrade in the wide receiver, not the wide receiver, in the tight end room. I do believe he gives us something that we do not have right now in the tight end room, and that's a true pass catching tight end, a true receiving threat from the tight end position, someone that the defense has to account for, know where he's at, know, kind of not be scared, but they have to be a little bit more worried if whether he's going to block or whether he's going to, run a route.
Exactly.
I don't think he's known for much of a blocking tight end, so you definitely going to see him run routes. You can split him out a little bit as a wide receiver. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do with someone at 6'6" and a half, 6'6" and a half, and about 250 pounds. That still got good speed, got great hands. So yeah, that's something that we haven't had on this offense in a while. So yeah, I would say that's a big deal, Red. The
I,
issue
I
said has any. Go ahead. What you think, Zip? You think it's a big deal?
I think it's a real big timing because when you think about the receiver room and how a lot of them are unproven for the most part, and then
Mm-hmm.
when you also look at the running back room, and without Chuba out there, you really don't know what we can throw at you. Having a Darren Waller is somebody that takes the attention of the defense off of the backfield, so to speak, and the wide receiver core. So I think it just opens up the offense all the way around. If you're going to sleep on our wide receivers and, check Darren Waller, then Tet and Coker are going to have a field day on you. And if you're going to try to lock down one of those two, then we got Darren Waller that's going to get wide open. So I think that was a big signing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Damo, what's happening?
What's going on, Big Tony? What up? What up, Zip?
What up, Domo?
Good, man. Good morning to you guys. What's going on, chat?
What's going on? What you think about the question that Red answered? And I'm gonna show you. He said he just curious because Zadarius is 5 days older than Waller. Okay.
I might need you to repeat
That-
your
that-
question because I just got out the car, so I lost connection and all, and I had to come connect.
He said, "Do you feel that Darren Waller is a big deal signing for you guys?"
I want to say in the right offenses, yes. Damn sure, yeah. And our offense is yet to be seen because we don't use our tight ends enough. So I ain't gonna lie. Like, does he open the offense up? Yeah. It just depends on how what's my name? Coordinator. It just depends on how he sees it, but what his offense is going to look like compared to what Dave's was. I just want to see what Brad can do. So I'm gonna say it does open us up, but it's a for damn show, yes. And
hey, hold on, Damo. Hey, Zip, mute your mic for me, Zip.
My bad.
Yeah.
like
Go
for
ahead,
example,
Damo.
if you give him to the Cowboys, right, a known passing offense, hell yes, right. If he goes to, you seen what he did in Miami, and Tua was wishy washy, but Darren Waller could still get off. I think he does add elements to this offense that we really desperately need, especially with Brazel going down and with Excel and some other guys not really being proven yet. We know Darren Waller can stretch the field at the tight end position. And right there, with him also being on the line, also being able to block well, he could definitely contribute to our team and our offense. So I want to say yes, but I don't want to. A part of me doesn't really want to say yes, only because I don't know what our offense is going to do with our tight ends this year. I don't even know if Darren Waller really gets to see the field. We really don't know, because I know for a fact in Carolina, it is about politics. And I pray that we do get to a talent-based system where it's a proven-based system where when you prove it, you get to use it. Whereas I feel like a lot of guys are proven and they are losing because they are just not in the favor of the politics.
Wow, Damo, for real. Well, so expound on that a little bit
Yeah, I
more
was
for
gonna
me.
say,
Why do you believe that is politics, over production?
because sometimes like let's be honest. It was so bad last year that they had to move Coker up. But that's what it takes in Carolina for someone who comes in undrafted to make a name on this team. And I don't know if it's like that for other organizations because we've seen great organizations bring guys up that have the talent. Like Cam Gill, I keep talking about him, right? We shouldn't be talking about how can he make the roster. We should know for a fact he's making the roster because of his play. You know what I mean? But literally, he would not make the team simply because the coach just likes the other guy, man. Whether he's proven or not, the coach ain't gave up on that guy yet. And it's like, that's the what I see politics as. Also, when were you drafted, right? We picked you up here. We don't want to move on from you because that's going to make me lose my job. So now I got to keep you in this position outside of this guy who's been working his ass off, who is proven he's going to be losing because he is not on the side of politics. He is not the favorite position right now. All my stock is in the other guy. My damn near my legacy of coaching here is on the line, or legacy of coaching in the league, period. And I just think it's too much of that going on, man. Like Jaycee Reed. Like, honestly, man, there's no reason why he does not make the team. Stop talking to me about work and let these unproven guys get to show it in preseason if it really don't matter. In Carolina, we get guys that show out every year in preseason, bro, and they don't make the team. And we start the season with guys that are just not ready, bro. They just not ready.
Okay. Well, I'm not. I don't see nothing wrong with what you're saying because I do believe there's politics in the NFL. Every team has politics when it comes to players, whether they are familiar with the player or friends with the player. If the player was a high draft pick and there was a lot invested in said player. And you're right as well when it comes to guys that we have deemed or that we feel like should make the team but don't make the team. But my only pushback on that is a little bit is that yeah, it's easy for us to see a whole lot of things when you got 90 people fighting for 53 roster spots, right? So right now there's about 12 or 13 wide receivers in Carolina's camp right now. Carolina under Dave Canales has only been known to carry 7. He's carried 7 the first 2 years, right? Okay.
That's right.
So if Jaycee and I hope he make it. I hope he make it. But like I have mentioned before, so we just talking about the wide receivers in Jaycee Reed. So we know XL is gonna make it. We know Coker is gonna make it. We know T-Mac is gonna make it, right? I believe David Moore is going to make it. So that's 4, right? So then when you start talking about the 4th through the 7th or the 5th through the 7th wide receiver, they not going to just make it just because they're a good wide receiver. They're going to have to add some type of value on special teams. And that's any team. They ain't just Carolina. That's on any team, any position. If you're not part of that 2 deep man rotation, you know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, they want to know, well, what is your value for us to keep you around? Because we can only keep 53 and we can only suit up 46 on game day, right? So even if you make the 53, there's still 6 or 7 that's going to be inactive every week because they can't suit up all 53. So it's easy. It's easy for us to say that when we see it, but when you do the process of elimination, it makes it even that much harder. And if you don't bring true value to special teams, if you don't have any proven production like some of these guys do over other guys, if you just haven't completely outshined that person or you know someone ahead of you, it's hard for the coach to decide that they're going to keep you on the roster. And now I'm with you. I believe Jaycee Reed has definitely earned I believe he has definitely earned a position on the 53-man roster. I'm just stating to you how it goes a lot of times, especially for these undrafted guys that wasn't considered a high priority after the draft, or may have been on 2 or 3 practice squads in the past 2 or 3 years and just haven't been able to stick to a team. There's a reason why. Y'all remember when we had Emir Marset?
Yeah. Yep. Bryce rookie
I
year.
sure do.
Right. Yeah. And how he like really showed out in the preseasons.
Yes, you did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then come game time, even though I feel like he had some moments game time, it wasn't consistent enough. And this was the time when we did not have good receiver play or depth. We
Nope.
talking about
All they
Bryce
had was Steelers.
first. Yeah, right. So if you couldn't break the lineup then, what are the chances that you really gonna break a lineup to play wide receiver? And I think he was awesome in the kick return game. I think he's in Kansas City right now because I saw a preseason game where he returned a kickoff. I think he's back in Kansas City. I'm not sure on that, but I know he's still in the league. But he hasn't broken into anyone's wide receiver core. Some players are just who they are. Some players are just going to be workout warriors. Some players are just going to be really good in preseason or really good in practice. But the at the end of the day, what can you show and what can you be on Sunday? And that's why I think a lot of those guys fail, even though we want them to succeed. That makes sense?
And then
Yeah.
two Domo. I feel like those are 2 position groups that we're just. I feel like we've made a lot of competition at those groups because even though we got Nick Scorton down from a team aspect, from a head coach aspect, you're still thinking about bringing him back. You know what I'm saying? Like he got to come back. I mean, he may not be back to the end of the season. When he come off of IR, but he may not. But at the same time, you're thinking about potentially keeping that roster spot if he returns. But it's just, I think at those 2 position groups, we just got a lot of competition right now in the wide receiver and that edge rusher spot. I think Cam Gill will make it though. I'm gonna be honest with you because when you look at what he's put on tape, I mean it's just hard to let that go. It's hard to let it go.
Yeah, and so someone like Cam Gill, he didn't stick around with the Panthers the first time, and I don't know what other teams he tried out for, right?
Right.
I hear myself reverb in somebody's volume or something.
That might be my whole.
I don't know. I don't know if he what the situation was with somebody else's team or whatnot, but he went to the UFL and he balled out this year. I think he had like 10 sacks in 11 games. Defensive player of the year came in here, first preseason game. He had a good game against the Cardinals. Had a better game against Buffalo, in my opinion. So he building and stacking week after week, game after game, and I just hope it translates to him getting a spot. It didn't work out for him the first time, but maybe this time it works out for him. So, all you can do is go out there and put what you got, show what you got, and put it on tape.
Yeah. I could tell you right now, his name is popping up a lot more in terms of, splashes made and things like that than it was before. I remember when we had him before and, he was just a name that we just kind of mentioned as depth, but you never really heard of him making that many plays like that the last time we had him. This time around, I mean, they've been talking about him in practice and all of that. And then we seen what he did, first time on the field. So I think he's poised to, show that he want to stay this time.
Right. And real quick, because
go ahead.
Go ahead, Damo. Go ahead.
Excuse me, I was eating. I would just say honestly for him, for Cam Gill, like to take so much time, I want to say off of like not making rosters and just having to always go back to the starting board. There's something about that that's helped him build his career up because I went to a UNC game, man. I went to watch my Tar Heels play like 2 years ago, and I got to meet
So I knew
like
you
one.
was a good man, Damo. I knew
Yeah,
you was a
come on,
good
bro. You
man.
know it, bro. I got to
That's
actually.
right.
My cousin was dating one of their receivers, right? So they kind of grew up in a
Okay.
relationship. Blah blah blah. They just got to college. He was red shirting. No, he wasn't. He was actually playing. Um, so we go there. I got to go with his family. We got to actually see the team walk out. I'm back there with the parents. Now it's Ivy League, so you got NFL guys there, ex Panther players there. Like I'm talking to all these guys, right? And I'm hearing how they're talking about their kids. Like it kind of messed my brain up because most of them, bro, don't even want their kids playing. They don't even really want their kids playing until their junior, senior year. And I was like, why would that be? And I'm asking these questions and I'm just sitting there like a fly on the wall. And they was like, it's all about getting them to get the education and their development. So I'm only going to focus on the development. Get there, train, stay healthy. You ain't got to worry about playing 4 years, beating your body up. Train for 2 years, get your body right. And then the 2 years that you get to start, go out there and put your best foot forward and get on tape that way. And a lot of times it helps guys play smarter, play faster, and also be stronger. So for Cam Gill to get all the way to the league, and then he's having to take so many back seats behind guys that are talented, I feel like he's only worked and honed his game, and he just got better, bigger, faster, stronger, smarter. And it's like now
Right.
he eventually may have the opportunity for his name to actually live in the lights, because it's something about a man that's been beat down and never quit his process of getting better and knowing that he's going to have a shot one day. And I know that's probably a lot of guys in the NFL, but I do think Cam Gill has that shot, bro. So I just want to say for him, that is a reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a coincidence that he's showing up on tape the way he is. He has put that time in, bro. You know what I'm saying? You want guys that are hungry like that, guys that are starving, especially like
Right.
guys that know that they're supposed to be there, man. Some guys talking, but some guys know I'm supposed to be here, bro. So like that's kind of like why I'm rooting for a cat like that, because he's put the work in. You can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes longer than others to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes, sir.
everybody's journey is not the same. You know,
No.
some people may get on the first. Some people is gonna get on the first try. Some people it may take the second try. Some people it may take the third or fourth try. As long as you're not giving up, you know what I'm saying. As long as you believe in yourself, trust in your abilities, um, and keep getting better, keep stacking days or whatever. Eventually, hopefully, it's going to pop for you. I'm gonna bring up Nick real quick, and then let me show this real quick because I didn't go over today's injury report. So let me bring that up real quick. So yes, of course, Darren Waller, we all know, is officially on a roster transaction. He has signed. In the corresponding move, the Panthers did waive Josh Gray. Um, Nick Hampton has reached an injury settlement, so he has been officially waived by the team, even though it was announced last week. Chuba Hubbard is still week to week. I don't believe he's going to play this week against Jacksonville. Haynes King, um, Dave Canales already said that he won't be available for Jacksonville practice or the game Friday. So, Haynes King fans, I know you guys are probably upset. You know, so yeah, you gonna have to wait another week before you see your king. Okay, so just pipe down. You know, let the man get healthy, and then get back there on the field and do the wonderful things that you know he can do. All right. Will
Just one
Lee the
game, Hank.
third came out. Yeah, Will Lee the third has a growing tightness, so he's being monitored right now. I saw the depth chart come out yesterday, and he's third on the depth chart now. So he has regressed a little bit. So hey, shout out to Will Lee. I'm pretty sure he's still going to make the team, but right now he's third on the depth chart. Zakeem Weekly is second behind Nick Scott, and to some people believe that he even may be pushing Nick Scott. All right, I don't know when that may happen, but I can see that happening possibly sometime this year. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. Let me say that. And Jaycee Reed, his calf, so his status is pending right now as well. So we may or may not see Jaycee Reed come Friday in the preseason game against the Jaguars. So that is all the updated injury availability and roster updates and transactions. All right. So Nick, what's happening, dog?
What's good? What's good, man? How you doing?
Man, I can't call it. It is what it is. How you doing, dog?
I'm doing good. Out here doing parent stuff, taking kids to doctor's appointments and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a prowling veteran?
Yeah, that's prowling veteran. Damo, don't start, man. Don't start.
Hey, don't Damo. Hey, look, Damo, don't listen. It's early in the morning. I'm very calm.
Yeah.
You don't want to wake a sleeping beast.
I don't want to wake the sleeping giant up. Didn't I tell you I've been doing my push-ups and I'm ready to debate the world now? When I do my push-ups, my brain work a lot faster, so I can debate you, PPP, and Tony at the same time with my eyes closed, hands behind my back.
If you debate, listen, I'm gonna let you know right now.
You're not ready for that, Damo.
You got better luck debating me and at least we ain't gonna hit you with no nonsense. You go out there with PPP about to throw haymakers.
Yeah, PPP gonna take me too far left. He gonna take me to deeper waters that I need to be in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You go ahead and leave that one alone. I have decided I ain't debating with PPP anymore either.
Why won't you, man? We gonna talk about that another time. Y'all have to debate each other. Tony, you got to debate everybody. Y'all can't give up because it'd be some of the best content you could watch online. I'm not gonna lie. That is
so let's just discuss debate just for a minute. Some people I don't think they fully understand or grasp the definition of the word debate and how debates are handled. What you have witnessed on podcasts is not a true debate. That's not what a debate is. You know what I'm saying? Me and Will Robertson is going to have our first debate on Unbiased Opinions Sports Talk on the debate stage that I have set up. And we're going to show y'all and display what a debate really looks like. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully people can grasp that, emulate it, copy it, save it in a folder for future reference, whatever they want to do. But yeah, what you have witnessed thus far is not a debate. Trust me. I don't care what I don't care what people try to tell you that it's a debate. It is not a damn debate.
I just subscribed to the to Unbiased. What is it? Unbiased Sports Talk. I just subscribed to it. Did it come with a T-Mac jersey in white or?
Well, shit. Let me go subscribe to my own channel and see if I can get that. Cause you might know something I don't know nothing about. Hold on, player. Let me find out YouTube done did something I don't know nothing about.
Man, it'd be so funny. I'll be doing that in person too. I'll be talking to people about getting me a T-Mac jersey. They be like, "Man, Dom, anybody buy T-Mac jersey, man?" Yeah. I'll be like, "Well, be like that then, stingy with your stingy pockets." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Nick, talk to me, man. So the Carolina Panthers put forth a piss poor performance against the Buffalo Bills Saturday. We got the joint practice with Jacksonville tomorrow, and then we have the preseason game Friday. What? Because I haven't talked to you since the game. What did you dislike? What did you dislike the most in the Buffalo game, and what do you want to see Friday in the preseason game against Jacksonville?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I just like the offensive line, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna just I want people to realize that I don't really I'm pretty sure Tony has heard me take this. I take preseason for a grain of salt, man. I think Tony has heard me say this too. I don't invest highly into. I don't invest emotionally highly into preseason. The preseason is I don't think a lot of people know a lot of things about the preseason. I think people think that they go out there prepare the same way against for these preseason games. I want y'all to know the coaches do not do that. The coach, I think they don't understand that the goal is to put these players in stressful situations and see who succeeds and who doesn't succeed. See who stands out and other things like that. If you're game planning for a team, usually you're trying to put these players in the best positions to automatically show their strengths. Right now, it's about cutting this roster down to 53. If you don't put these guys in stressful situations where either their skill is going to come out or not, then you're going to do yourself a disservice when it comes to cutting this roster down. So, I am not highly invested in preseason. You've seen teams come out here and you've seen teams go over and what y'all then come out here and win 13, 14 games. So I ain't really
that is
preseason
true.
is preseason. Preseason is preseason, and I ain't gonna I would prefer them to put a better standard out there on the field, but it is what it is, man. It's a game. The offensive line was my biggest concern though. That's my biggest concern. Because that looked like year one Bryce offensive line.
Hey, didn't it though? I mean, no protection. Some of them guys were blocking though. It was just the interior guys. It clearly looked like we lacked our starting guards.
Listen, that's how I know you need to go do your research. Go look at where the pressure was coming from year one Bryce.
Now I haven't done that. I thought the pressure was coming.
Go look where the pressure was coming. It was coming straight up the middle of the field.
Oh Lord, it's always been the guards. I've seen guys do takes about that though, like on their shows, and I just never went back to year one is like an eyesore, bro. Like, but I get it for research purposes. It would be good to go back and study.
Year one. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you this right now, Damo. If you don't know this, the strength of a shorter quarterback is that it should be the interior offensive line. That should be the strength, because that your goal is to push the guys out around him so he can step up in the pocket.
And it opens up all the throwing lanes. Gotcha.
Yeah, and if he has to escape, the goal is to escape in between the guard and the tackle. That's where what you call it. You're supposed to push him in. If you ever go look at Drew Brees was like the perfect. His one of the highest paid linemen that ever been on the team was his guards, because the Muzz would push them. You couldn't come up the center of the field. You was not coming straight in his face. You was gonna come. You get him around the edge, but you wasn't getting him around through the middle of the field.
What the same thing could be said for Tom Brady. He wasn't short, but they made sure that the interior of the offensive line was the strength of the team when he was in New England and when he was in Tampa Bay. Yeah, the highest paid guys on those teams were the interior offensive linemen, guard, center, and guard. I understand the left tackle. I understand the left tackle protecting your blind side, and they're going to make what they make. I get that, but nowadays, you see a lot of the focus being made to the interior offensive line as well. That's why someone like Tyler Linderbaum, the former center from the Ravens, who's now with the Giants, is making $27 million a year as the highest paid center in the league. And when he got that contract, he damn near doubled what the next center was getting, because that's how much value that position has garnered. So now he has reset the market when it comes to center. So when you see Creed Humphrey from Kansas City get his payday, it's gonna be somewhere close. Eric McCoy when he gets his, it's gonna be somewhere close because
Yeah.
Tyler Linderbaum went out there and reset the whole market for centers and put it somewhere it's never been before. But yeah, the interior
Yeah.
of the offensive line is real deep. Hey, real quick, Nick. Big Tight, I see you backstage, man. As soon as somebody drop off, I'll bring you up, Big Tight. So I just want to let you know I see you back there. So we're
I can
gonna
go ahead and drop
transition.
off so he can get on, Tony. I can get off.
Are you gonna drop off, Damo?
Yeah, this is to keep it going, man. I know everybody gotta want to get up here and everybody feeling how they feeling and want to give out some good takes. So I'm watching the show. So hey, I don't mind hopping off. If it get dry, I'll come back home.
All right, I appreciate
All right,
you,
my brother. We appreciate y'all.
What you trying to say? You the entertainer, fool?
Right.
Well, it's not that. It's more like sometimes, like I just like to sit back and listen. You know, I don't know it all. I don't always have to give my take. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just want to see what everybody else feeling like. Actually, that's just really naturally how I am. But am I the entertainment? Absolutely.
Yeah, I figured.
Hey, Damo, we'll holler at you, my guy. 336 says, "Get Damo the hell up out of here, Tony." Big Tight, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Ain't nothing new, man. I ain't kicking up no dust. And I appreciate you, Damo, man. Appreciate you, Damo.
Yeah. What's on your mind, Big Tight? Before we move on to this next for our last topic, what's on your mind, dog?
Hey, I just wanted to say, man, when it comes to the preseason, I'm not one of them guys that say I don't really put nothing on the preseason. I'm 50-50 on it. I'm 50-50 on it because like as far as winning the game, I don't care who win the game because the starter's only gonna be in there for a little while. But you do want to see some positive plays. You do want to get a sample take of what what your offense or your defense is looking like. And a lot of people say, you know, it's basic, it's vanilla, but you got to remember the other team is doing the same thing. They're not scheming either, but they're still trying to get positive plays to get a look at certain players. Get a look at what their offense.
I think they
like.
saying, Tight. I think they saying your mic is crackling. I hear crackling in your mic when you talk. Yeah.
Is it how is it now? Is it still messed up?
Yeah, just a little bit. It's not as bad. I can hear you clearly, but couple people in the chat, Jay Issue said your mic.
Okay, if I need to, I'll jump off. I'll jump off if I need to, because I'm on my headset. I'm in this truck. So if it's doing that, it might be because I'm on this headset.
Oh, no, I can hear you. I can hear you clearly though. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just saying, you know, both teams are running basic. Neither team is scheming for what either team is doing. So you still want to see your offense have some positive plays. So just like Buffalo or anybody else in the preseason, they're moving the ball on offense. You want to see your team move the ball on offense. You're not scheming, but you want to get some positive plays. And my thing is, I love the fact that they do joint practice. I put a little bit more on joint practice because now in joint practice, you can see more individual stuff, like our rookie offensive tackle. He gonna get a real test in joint practice because those two defensive ends for Jacksonville are probably two of the best ones.
Hey, Tight, do me a favor, jump out and jump back in and see if that clears up the static.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right.
Okay.
What's up, Miss D1 for you, 1983? She said jump off and come back in. What's going on? I appreciate you for tapping in, D. Thank you, ma'am. Hit that like button for me. Hey, guys, we've been in here for 2.5 hours now, and nobody has shown love to the PayPal. I would greatly appreciate it if you show love to the channel. Hey, Zip, mute your mic for me. Or is that Nick? Yeah, that's Nick too. Hey, I'll put the QR code up here at the top right. Scan that QR code, man. If you're enjoying the conversation this morning, enjoying the vibes, the debate, the energy that Morning Kickoff with Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk is bringing you this morning. Show support and love to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. All right. In the YouTube chat, there's a pinned comment that take you to the PayPal link. I believe it's pinned at the top of the chat. All right. So you click that link, donate whatever it is that your heart desires or whatever, leads to you donating. I would greatly appreciate it. That goes right back into the channel. My daily goal is $25. Again, not trying to pay rent or a car note, anything like that. Just $25, and that money goes right back into the channel. I'm here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern time. All right. So yeah, if you are loving everything that Unbiased Opinion is bringing to you, show love and show love and support to the channel and donate. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you are currently watching through Armchair GMCJ channel, open up another browser on your laptop, desktop, tablet, or phone. Go to youtube.com /at UO Sports Talk. All right. youtube.com /at UO Sports Talk. The link is right there on the screen as well. I would definitely greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to reach my goal of 500. I know the next goal for me is 200, but I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers at least by week 1 or week 2. So if you guys would help me get there. Again, like I said, I'm here 5 days a week. Tell a friend, coworker, family member, another Panther fan that may not know anything about Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. Let them know what the vibe is. Let them know what the conversation is like. Keep it football for the most part. We have fun. Talk a little junk, all that. But it's strictly football over here. All opinions are welcome. That's for facts. And just having a good time, and I greatly appreciate it. All right. It's Don. It's Donna B. I'm sorry, Donna B. I had a I think that's what I was trying to say. See, I remember when me and CJ had two fans in the stands, you would come up under D1 for you. It wouldn't say Donna B. It would say D1 for you. So that's what I was referring to. My apologies, Donna B. I appreciate you for being here as well. Okay. I knew who I was talking about. Maybe it didn't come out right. Maybe it didn't come out right. So my apologies. All right. CJ Nasty said, good morning, CJ and panel. Jay Nasty, another one. I know you watching through CJ channel. Hey, subscribe to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. I'm going to drop a link to the panel in the chat. And if you click the avatar, it will take you straight to my page and you can subscribe there. All right. If you can't get to the link, you can click the avatar right there, right beside UO Sports Talk, and it would take you directly to my page. Kevin Falkery, let me put the link for the PayPal because I don't have a Cash App because Cash App is not available where I'm located. So I do have PayPal. Let me drop that link real quick if you want to give a donation. Or the QR code is on the screen as well, Kevin. You can scan the QR code, but let me put the link in the chat. All right, the link is in the chat now for the PayPal. All right. All right. So protection is 5 people working as one. Carolina secondary is trying to build that same connection from the back end. So this brings us to our last topic of the day, and it talks about the secondary triangle. So it's talking about Jaycee Horn, Mike Jack, and Nick Scott and how they define Carolina's defense. All right. Can Horn, Jackson, and Scott define Carolina defense? So here's the facts first. J.C. Horn, Mike Jackson, and Nick Scott were three constants in Carolina's secondary last season. Horn played 90% of Carolina's defensive snaps. Scott played 98%, and Mike Jackson played 98%. The Panthers have described Horn as an aggressive playmaker, Jackson as a calculated anticipator, and Scott as a key contributor. All right. So a secondary becomes an identity when its communication survives motion, route exchanges, play action, and extended plays. Horn's aggression can create turnovers. Jackson's anticipation can keep the coverage structure intact. Scott's communication can prevent a coverage from falling apart after the snap. But all three still need a pass rush to force quarterbacks into difficult decisions. So my first question to the panel, and Nick, you can go first. Can Horn, Jackson, and Scott be the identity of this defense, or is it still all about whether the pass rush shows up? What say you, sir?
Shoot, that is a hard situation because I think it goes hand in hand because I don't feel like you can cover forever. But I do believe that I think they can get the job done. And I did see some things from the pass rush that we ain't seen in a long time. So I think they're gonna work in tandem this year. But yeah, I do believe it does. They go hand in hand. I don't think you can have. I think you can have a good secondary without pass rush, but I don't think you can have a great secondary without pass rush.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Hold that thought real quick. A shout out to Kevin Fockery for that PayPal gift. I greatly appreciate it, my guy. Thank you for support. You always been supporting CJ and I since day one. Greatly appreciate it. For most people that don't know, the first time that me and CJ interviewed a fan live at training camp back in 2023, Kevin Fockery 403 was our first interview that me and CJ did. So definitely appreciate you, my guy. Definitely keep tuning in Monday through Friday. I will be here 7 a.m. Eastern time, and CJ will ramp up again once the season starts. All right, but definitely appreciate you being here, my guy. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, so that's all I was saying. Really, I was just saying I think they go hand in hand, and like I said, I don't think. Obviously, I don't believe you can have a great pass rush without having somebody who can make the cover initially and don't allow them to make the quick throws. And I don't believe you can have a great secondary without having some form of pass rush, because if you don't force them to do stupid things, the pass rush doesn't. I mean, the secondary doesn't get opportunities to jump balls the way that they have. So I think we're gonna be okay. I did see some.
Mm-hmm.
I did see life out of our pass rush. So I even saw
Princely. I ain't gonna lie.
I even saw Princely put up and instead of doing all that talking and doing nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, he looked like a complete 180 from what we saw against Arizona in the Hall of Fame game. That's for sure. That's for sure. Big Zip, what you got for me, Zip?
I think the secondary will remain the strength of the defense, and I think with the addition of a pass rush, if we can get home this year,
Yeah.
I think they'll get even better. You know, I see Devin Lloyd putting his imprint on this team. Man, I'm excited for this defense this year. But I think the secondary gonna remain the strength though, Tom.
Okay. Rashad, welcome,
Yeah.
my brother. Thank you for joining the panel today. Rashad, what's going on?
That's good. Yeah. Had a little late morning. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
got up.
nope.
I was like, damn, it's already 9. Yeah, Tone already been on about 2 days, 3 hours. Let's see. Let me get on here for a little minute.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
did you hear the question?
You said something about the I heard them saying I heard them answering the question. What you say you?
So
You said something
so
about this
so let me
pass rush and
so
this
let me
again.
ask the question. Let me ask the question again. Can Horn, can Jaycee Horn, Mike Jackson, and Nick Scott be the identity of this defense, or is it still all about whether the pass rush shows up?
Uh, I would make a little bit. I think you gotta have a little bit of both. But if you want me to put my money on something right now, I'll put it on the secondary because I know what they can do. Um,
Okay.
but as far as like the pass rush, man, I mean, I, I'm also what Nick said, man. Like he pretty much said, anything that I'm thinking right now. So I mean, I'm just go ahead with that, man. I ain't even go repeat what Nick said, but I'm pretty much on the same train, man. You you gotta have pass rush. You can't cover people for 10 seconds, 11 seconds in the NFL. You gotta be able to get some be able to get some pass rush on those guys, man. So
Right.
man, yeah, let me go and stop being long winded. But yeah, man, I'm just go ahead with Nick, man. I think yeah, it got to go hand in hand, man.
All right, man.
Yeah, y'all
All
know I'm being
right.
long winded. Yeah,
So Zip, I'm gonna come to you for this one. Um a lot has been made about should JC Horn travel with the number ones, and now that it has been talked about, and he's even talked about being able to play more in the slot this year. How much freedom uh should Carolina give JC Horn? How much freedom? How much freedom should Horn have?
I think he should have full freedom. And I think that's something that would also elevate the defense because when you know where JC Horn is going to be, pretty much like how we've been deploying the defense, it kind of makes it easier to game plan around that. But when JC Horn is traveling and if he's in the slide on opposite ends of the boundaries, you know what I'm saying? It kind of makes it hard. You got to make that quarterback read the defense. It's not so much a premeditated playbook they running out there with. He got to go out there and read that defense to see where the fuck JC Horn at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think with him beginning to move over into the slot, that'll help. That'll help as well, man. And that's gonna unlock the secondary even more. And then when you look at another thing too, when you look at players like Jackson Smith and Jigma, who was killing people from the slot last year, you know, I think that's what we're trying to prepare for, those killers in the slot. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. I got you. Rashad, what you think? Should JC Horn have more freedom?
yeah. I mean, yeah, he's the number one corner on the team, one of the best cornerbacks in the league. He was a Pro Bowl last year. I don't know what the other corners did last year, but he damn near looked like an All Pro. I don't know if he made All Pro. I don't think he made All Pro, but he looked like the All Pro at times. And him being the number one cornerback, I think he can play his own and he can go 1-on-1. And I don't think Mike Jackson is a good 1-on-1 slot. He's not a slot guy. Shaw Smith Wade, he's decent. Corey Thornton been getting chewed up all training camp. Will Lee is a rookie. Uh the other guys are just, special team guys. But like like he said, man, a lot of these teams they try to get matchups. A lot of times I see like the number one corner going in. I mean the number one wide receiver in the slot sometimes. And then last year, a lot of times I seen Jaycee Horn on the opposite side of the field. I mean, you got, let me see. Let me see a guy. I don't think like a Mike Jackson, like say like a speed guy, a more speedy guy. You know what I'm saying? Like on Waddle last year, they had Mike Jackson on Waddle, and he got burnt on that play for the TD. I'm like, well, why don't they have Jaycee Horn traveling? Because most number one corners that I've seen, they travel with the number one receiver. So that's what I think they're trying to do. They're trying to move them around so they can get better matchups on defense as far as get their best players in position. You know how sometimes when you're watching the pre-defense, how sometimes you get the linebacker that they'll switch sides with the other linebacker, or you would get like a guy like D Brown, he'll move to the other side of the line. I think it's all about
Mm-hmm.
matchups on offense and defense. I think defense look for matchups too. So I don't think they just look at them like, you know what, we want to play you at slot. We want to put you up against their slot. No, I don't think it's like that. I just think they just going to move around to stop team from doing Igib, what's the name? Igibba from Seattle. What's the name? Igibba something.
JSN.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jackson
him.
Smith
Yeah,
and Jigba. Yeah.
yeah. They put guys like him in the
Okay.
slot, so I think that's what they're gonna do. Put him in the slot so he can cover those number one guys that seem try to be slick and put him in the slot and move him around and stuff like that.
All
It's
right.
good for him
Nick,
though. I
what
like
you got? What you got, Nick?
Um, I mean, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. What y'all, man? I've been. I think that him traveling will help a lot. Like that game, I'm gonna tell you the perfect game. That game against Cincinnati when he was over there with JC one time, and then they started moving him around, and Chase went absolute crazy on us. Hey, so I move. Let these bugs have to work for it. That's all I'm saying. You put your
Yeah.
best corner on them. They gotta come with their best performance, and and usually what'll happen is obviously if you got a great player that's like Jamar Chase or something like that, they're gonna get theirs a little bit here and there. But if you got your best corner
yeah,
on there, it usually goes back and forth. It usually goes
yeah.
back and forth.
Nobody want to
Mm.
So
see. Yeah, no, nobody want to see the defense get burned by the number one receiver, and you got Shao Smith Wade or Mike Jackson. They want to see if we're gonna get burnt. I want to see Jaycee Horn get burnt by the number one guy, not Mike Jackson or Shao Smith Wade or Nick Scott.
Okay. All right. I had to respond to Milo real quick because I know he meant offense. All right. So Nick, I'm gonna come right back to you. Do you think Mike Jackson is the right compliment to JC?
I do. I actually, I got a newfound love for Mike Jack. Mike Jack actually watches film and he reacts to what he sees in the film because I don't know if y'all watched that clip of him where he told you the first time he played with Puka and them, they ran a play, and the play broke off into the inside and he knocked it down. He watched the game where they played against the Lions. They ran the same play, but instead of breaking off on the inside, he came to the outside and he caught a pass on the seam of the field.
Mm-hmm.
And that very next game that they played them during the playoffs, when he got his second interception against him, he watched that he knew there's absolutely no way they were going to run the same play at him. And as soon as broke off to the outside, he came instead of following him up the field, he got in between the throwing lane and he went up and got that ball. So
Okay.
I think it's a good compliment in my opinion.
Rashad, what you think?
Yeah, I think like I used to tell people about Josh Norman, man. People used to be like, "Oh, he sucks. He sucks. He sucks." I'm like, "Oh, like you have some guys that are system guys compared to just straight out talent guys. See, Jaycee Horn is a straight up talent guy that can fit in any system because he's so talented, like he's so gifted. A guy like Mike Jackson, you got to put him in the system. I mean, you can't put him in a man coverage type of defense because he gonna get burnt. That's just a matter of fact. He gonna get burnt.
Right.
So that's the fact that Evero runs a cover two shell. I think that fits what Mike Jack does well, and he's like I said, he's mastered the Everode system. You know, he's mastered the system, and he's
Yeah.
a very very good compliment to Jaycee Horn. So yes, I think I think Mike Jack is a very very good compliment to JC.
Okay.
I think you
Zip,
know.
what you got?
I think if they think, I think if they think they can get better, obviously J.C. Horn right now,
Yeah.
they yeah, they tripping.
Okay. Zip, what you got? You
I,
think Mike Jack is the right compliment to Horn?
I think I think he's the perfect match, man. When you look at
Okay.
when you look at the way we've been playing this defense, and that's why the secondary has been getting better, but the way we've deployed this defense, Mike Jack, like Ray Shack said, he's mastered Evero's scheme. He's learned his niche. He knows, okay, looking at last year, he knows, okay, I got to lock down my side of the field. And you have seen him get burnt, but I've seen a couple good man plays out of Mike Jack. I think Mike Jack is a guy where he's not gonna always keep up with your CD receiver, but if you put him in the right spot, I wouldn't necessarily put him 10 yards off the ball. I may give him like 5 or 6, you know what I'm saying? Off the receiver. But he can stick with him. He can stick with him. And
Yeah.
furthermore, who's to say how much better that'll get if we actually start to travel JC and leave him on the second or the third man. You know what I'm saying? We may even see
Right.
an elevation in the secondary play. I think he's the perfect complement there, Tony.
Okay. Rashad, what you got? Oh, I already asked you. You
I
already
actually
you already
already
answered that
know.
one. Okay.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, Zip, I'm gonna come right back to you and I'm gonna ask y'all about y'all favorite defensive back from the team, Nick Scott. Do y'all think Nick Scott can prevent coverage bust?
No, and to be honest with you, I, I think Devin Lloyd is going to take over. He's going to take over in terms of the communication. Now, of course, you're still going to have the safeties communicate with the corners, but when you get somebody like Devin Lloyd in the middle of the field and he call it coverage on the back end, you know what I'm saying? That's some kind of trump what Nick Scott's been. Nick Scott's been that
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? He's kind of been that veteran back there calling out things. And I don't know. I just see us phasing him out of his defense over the next year or two. I don't like Nick Stott at all. I think he's garbage, but I hate his ass, man.
Rashad, how you feel about Nick Scott, man? Do you think he's the perfect corner to prevent coverage bust?
I'm just sure so I don't
Come
get
on, Rashad.
fireball. Uh, Nick Scott, man. Nah. Oh, I mean, nah, he's basically the David Moore of the defense. I mean, like I said, you look at his stats. You see the 100 tackles. I mean, if you look at the stats look decent. If you didn't watch this defense, and you looked at the stats, you would say he played pretty well. He had 100 tackles. Da, 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 da. But the dude, he gets burnt entirely too much. And he can't never seem to hold on to the damn ball when he had a chance to get an interception. I mean, nah, he's not. I think I'd rather them go into the season with Morrig and Ransom running the safety position. And if it was my opinion, I would just I doubt that. I know they're not gonna do it, just like they're not gonna do it with David Moore. I would just go ahead. I would go young with the safety position. I let Nick Scott walk, and I just go with more Reg, Ransom, Wheatley, and I guess Simmons if you want to put him at safety. I don't look at Simmons as a safety, but or
Yeah,
even Demani Richardson, or if we going to the waiver wire. But yeah,
yeah. Well. I
Hey,
like Demani Richardson. I like them coming out of Texas A&M, but I think the Demani Richardson has been the team now. What, 3 years? I think he's been here like all 3 years. Since
yeah,
Dave Canales been here. But I do think that Zakee Wheatley, uh, um, if I'm being honest, I think after this year, because Nick Scott is only on a 1 year contract, he only resigned for 1 year. I think if Zakee Wheatley can go out here during the regular season and put on tape what he has put on tape thus far in the preseason, I think that will bode well for him to be pretty much the starter in year two. I don't think Carolina will bring Nick Scott back. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how highly I think of Zakee Wheatley, and he can definitely give you a little bit more than Nick Scott. But what you do value with Nick Scott is he does know how to be the communicator for the back end. If you listen to his interview um a little bit with Christian Balboni yesterday, he talks about how he communicates on from the back end, how he communicates to Jaycee Horn is a little different than how he communicates with Mike Jack. But at the end of the day, they are all on one accord when it comes to communicating. So that's valuable. You know what I'm saying? Take out the athletic ability and all that other stuff. Being able to communicate and put guys in front of you in the right position, be able to read route concepts and things like that, helping the guys to understand to what possibly may be coming. All that is valuable, and that's something that Zakee Wheatley is going to have to learn if he wants to take Nick Scott position. And I believe that he can, but I don't think it's going to happen as early as most people may want it to. I think we need to see a full year with him back there, and depending on how much run he gets during the regular season, I think that's going to play a factor into what you may or may not see come next season.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
I already
Oh
know
no,
that.
go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
already, you already know they're gonna keep
Go
Nick.
ahead.
Oh no, I was just
Okay.
saying you already know they're gonna keep Nick anyway, so you know he gonna have to wait anyway. So it don't even matter. Nick ain't going nowhere. Not this year.
Right. Right. Um. So my last question, let me ask the chat this question. I'm gonna ask the chat this question, and you guys, y'all answer for me in the chat. What's the real key for Carolina secondary? Is it JC making plays, Mike Jack reading routes, or Nick Scott running the show, or the front four getting home? All right. What's the real key for Carolina secondary? Front four getting home, Nick Scott running the show, Mike Jack reading routes, or Jaycee Horn making plays. So that question is for the chat. Y'all let me know in the chat, and I will read your responses. So my last question to you guys on the panel, Zip and Rashad, um, how should the young defensive backs fit in? Like we were just talking about, Zakee Wheatley. How should Lathan Ransom and Zakee Wheatley and Damani Richardson, how should those guys and Will Lee, how should those guys fit in the defensive rotation this year?
I'll,
Rashad, you can
I'll
go.
say
You
this, Tony.
Mm,
or go
Okay.
ahead, Zip.
Oh no, go ahead, Richard. Oh, okay. Well, no, I was just gonna say real quick. I feel like the biggest thing, especially for Zakee Wheatley, is taking notes on what Nick Scott does on and off the field. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to pick that communication up, like you said. And for a lot of people who really take football serious, and I think Zakee Wheatley is one of them, that communication ain't really hard because it's kind of the same things, just different terminology. You know what I'm saying? From level to level.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think the biggest thing for them though is they're gonna have to lock in and see what these veterans are doing on this defense. Lathan Ransom, I would put him directly behind Tavon Morig in terms of what it is he's doing. You know, he should be learning from him. And then I put Jaycee Wheatley with Nick Scott, and I would specifically let Jaycee Wheatley know that don't take up none of them bad habits. Don't soak none of them bad habits now. You know, all of that hip not turning when it needs to. You know what I'm saying? We need
Yeah.
you to be better in zone, shit like that. But when it comes to that communication and looking at how Nick Scott prepares his body for the season, you can learn a lot from that. You can learn a lot from that. You know.
Right. Right. Twan Don, what's happening, my brother? What's
What's
happening
going
with you,
on, Tony?
Greek?
What's up, Greek? How
Man,
you
I
doing,
can't
Fry?
call it, man.
What's
I
going on,
can't call
Gas,
it, brother.
Racesack?
What up, Tom?
New
What
Yeah,
up, Tom?
Sweet.
man. Good day,
Well,
man. I had to come over and support Tony, man.
I appreciate the love.
Good day, bro.
You coming in at the tail end, but I greatly appreciate you being here.
Yeah,
No
man.
matter what, dog.
I got up 30 minutes
Yeah.
ago, so I got the day off today. So
Oh, so sleeping in. I got you. I
yeah,
got you.
man. I
So
came in the right time though. I heard. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I heard y'all discussing Jaycee Wheatley, and that was one of the guys that I wanted Carolina to go draft. You know, I talked big time about him. So when we got him, man,
Yeah.
I was so impressed. You know, and I'm you know, I think he's gonna be one of them ones, man. You know what I'm saying? And what he's already leading tackling in preseason for us. So
Yeah, he has been the leading tackler thus far in the preseason, for both games. So that is definitely the truth. I didn't know much about him before the draft, but I have liked everything that I've seen from him thus far. Everything that they talked about him being, as far as being a sure tackler, having a quick first step, being able to get from the deep safety spot, you know, to fit the run, real quick. He ain't afraid to put his face mask on you. Sure tackler. Ball hawk. I like how he knocked the ball peanut punch on Bam night in the Arizona game. So yeah, man, I've been highly impressed. I've been highly impressed with this game thus far, and I just wanted to see him continue to continue to build on what he has shown thus far. Learn the ins and outs of how to be in a pro. Not only picking the brain of Nick Scott, but pick the brain of Trevon Moorick or Jaycee Horn, Mike Jack, all those guys. I mean, all that information is valuable, and I just want to see him continue to grow. And I think the sky's the limit for the brother. I think the sky's the limit for him. You know. So
you know,
my
he's
my
around a lot
last
of great guys.
yeah, he is. He is. So my last question was, how should the young defensive backs fit in? So that's talking about Jaycee Wheatley, Will Lee. Um, you could throw Damani Richardson in there, even though he really hasn't gotten any burn in the 3 years that he has been with us. But how do you think those young defensive backs should fit in the rotation this year?
If you guys allow me to go first, look, I mean, it's just like what you just said, Tony. I think you already answered that question before we got to it. It's just, you got a lot of great guys around you. I think the way that they fit in
Mm-hmm.
is communication with the guys that are already there. I would love to see Jaycee Wheatley learn the instincts of Morig. You know what I'm saying? Hitting and timing of Branson. You know what I'm saying? Those type guys, man. You know what I'm saying? And
You
just
sound you sound low, Twan. You sound low.
is it super low?
I thought that was my phone.
No, that's Twan. Cause
It's
I got my
low.
mic turned
I mean,
up.
I can hear you, but it's low.
All right, let me turn mine up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's low though.
All right.
You guys go ahead. You go ahead. I'm gonna turn mine. Make it to
All right. Rashad, did you already answer that question? That was Zip answer first. I think that was Zip to answer first.
I,
Go ahead, Rashad.
I mean,
Go ahead
yeah.
and answer that question.
Look, I think they pretty. Yeah, I think you pretty much said everything I was gonna say, man. I think ransom. I got ransom number two. I mean, are you like asking this who would we like to see, or who do we know or think they gonna do? Who would we like to see,
Now
or what?
I'm just asking you, how
That's
should the young defensive
as far
backs
as the
fit
role.
in the rotation? Yeah. Yeah, as far as
I
they roll.
mean,
How should they fit in?
I mean, I see this as pretty much a learning year for both of them. If you want me to be real with you, but go ahead, Tweet. Go ahead.
Okay.
What about now?
Yeah, we're hearing you now. You sound like yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, all right, good. Yeah, I have my mic sensors all the way to
Oh, now it went back low again. I don't know what
the
happened
side.
to him, but it went low
All right.
Go ahead.
again.
I got that. I got that. Hold on. All right, it should be good now.
All right. Go ahead, Twan.
So yeah, man, I thought
Yeah.
I thought you said it perfectly, man. Those guys just gotta learn from the guys on our team, take something from each one of them. You know what I'm saying? And and figure out how to go from there, man. Zaki is gonna bring what he has already. Every year it seems like we have a player that seems ahead of schedule. You know what I'm saying? And when I say ahead of schedule, meaning they just fit right in. You know what I'm saying? I think Zaki gonna be one of those guys that's gonna fit right. Like the other thing is learning curves. You know what I'm saying? I think Zaki is gonna pick up things quicker, and his learning curve is gonna be shorter than a Will Lee. Because I've been seeing Will Lee get toasted out there. They don't mean that's something that's gonna continue to happen. But he has to learn. Look, you got Mike Jack and you got Horn. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
look, bro, I'm sitting down with them dudes every day. I'm going to lunch with them, whatever. You know what I'm saying? To just pick
Exactly.
their brains, You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I'm asking them guys, look, can we save 10 or 15 minutes, like at least one of them, after practice, and like we go over some stuff, and you show me what I'm doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Communication is everything when you're on football teams, man. And, some guys are Hollywood, some guys want to learn, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we got the guys that want to learn on our team.
I got you. I feel you on that. Go ahead, Rashak. You want to finish saying what you were saying?
That was good, bro. I pretty much said it. Like, I
Okay.
think Will Lee gonna have to sit back and learn this year. I think they gonna bring Wheatley on slowly. So I think early on, we we, we might not even see him early on. But you probably gonna have to sit and learn,
Okay.
sit back. Probably gonna ease them on slowly. That's about it, man. I don't. I think those guys will come on more late in the year, mid season. I think right now, the start of the year, they're probably gonna be, you know, maybe inactive. Sit back, learn, practice, stuff
Okay.
like that.
Gotcha. All right. So the question that I asked to everybody in the chat, so we got some responses. Charles Xavier said front four getting home. All right. Black ass Jermaine said front four. All right, Jermaine.
JP.
King James 864 said front four getting home. Moleg 09 said front four getting home. And Gerald Stick Jones said the front four getting home. All right, so everybody agreed that it was the front four. All right, I appreciate you guys participating in everything. What is SE talking about? Says shut up at J Lot. Oh, all right, man. So yeah, hey, listen, I greatly appreciate everybody on the panel participating. I appreciate all my guests
Hey, sorry for
today.
my tardiness. Sorry for my tardiness. I'll
Yeah.
be on time next
Now,
time.
now you good, dog. You good. Big Zip, Rashak, Damo, Uncle Gates, Poppin. I feel like I'm missing somebody. But everybody that was on the
Nick,
panel today, shout out. What you say, Rashak?
nah, you said you thought you missed
Oh
somebody. I
yeah,
said
Nick.
Nick.
Yeah. Nick also, problem veteran was on the panel as well. Shout out to
Black
Kevin
ass Nick was on
Falkery.
here.
Yeah, shout out to Kevin Falkery for being a new member on CJ's channel. Appreciate Will Robinson for the super chat. So listen, I
Mm-hmm.
greatly appreciate all you guys for tapping in. All right. So Carolina does not need perfect preseason football Friday. It needs useful answers. Can offense clean up the details? Can Bryce get the right work? Can Waller begin earning a trustworthy role? And can the secondary turn individual strength into one connected identity? Talent gives you options, trust, communication, and execution determines whether those options work. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
listen, if you enjoyed the conversation today and you enjoyed the vibe, the energy, everything that the morning kickoff with unbiased opinion has brought to you, hit the like button on your way out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Share it with friends, family, co-workers, another Panther fan. All right. Keep the debate respectful. Keep the football facts first. And as always, keep pounding.